want to try it out while I look it up?
Hold on. I have to see you. Hello. Hello. Ew.
Set on my mic. We're just testing out the mics, y'all. Bear with us. That one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mute my mic.
Hello. We're testing this mic out. Hello. Well, we should also test our mics because I lowered the volume on both of ours. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because it was in the red whenever we were like fake laughing / real laughing.
/ real laughing.
Yeah.
Did you hear her? I fed her before so that she wouldn't be scratching, and she kept scratching, so.
Well, that's just
she should have known better.
Yeah. Period. Stop being a cat. Or whatever. Yeah. Hey. So.
It sounds good.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, but that okay. What about like this?
Oh, okay.
Though?
Okay, like comfy?
Because I was like right in front of it.
That's
like
true.
This.
I was planning on moving this forward once we all got started too.
Okay, cool. Nice. Perfect.
Damn, I closed it out. Fuck.
Damn.
Damn it!
Why are you like this?
I just be closing shit.
I just be closing shit.
Get more comfy.
Oh. Hello, my name is Audrey. I'm the guest today. I'm the guest. Hello.
It sounds good. I think it'll be good.
That is pretty good. That's pretty good, especially like this far.
That's $150 mic. You know what I mean? I bought this one. This one was way more than that, but it's still good quality. Like that was my first mic I ever got.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, thank you. Sponsored by Blue Yeti.
No, it's not.
What is it? Oh.
Well, I mean, we're not sponsored.
Oh yeah, we're not sponsored. Is that illegal? Is that illegal?
No, it's not illegal. It's just they won't sponsor us.
Sponsor us.
They won't sponsor us if we say that we're sponsored.
That's true. I feel so comfy on this couch too. Piece of shit. Damn, we already have 2 views. Oh wait, they were both me.
Oh wait.
Wait. I can't believe that mic still sounds so good after all these years. That's crazy. Right. Mm-hmm. Add a little mic. It sounds good. I think it'll be good. That is pretty good. That's pretty good, especially like this. That's $150 mic. You know what I mean? I bought this one. This one was way more than that, but it's still good quality. Like that was my first mic I ever got. Yeah, this is great. Yeah, thank you. Sponsored by Blue Yeti. What is it? Oh. God damn it. Oh yeah, we're not sponsored. Is that illegal? Is that illegal? Did you stop the live stream, girl?
Kind
Kind of.
of. I'm trying to take a picture for.
Oh, her. While you do that, I'm gonna go tackle them. You should be here soon. like
That's
that.
funny. I was like, is this alcohol?
Do you want alcohol? I have some grapefruit juice. That's gonna be your seat right here. Do you want me to take your bag? It's like a weird little setup. It's our first time doing this setup. We're our first official guest.
Yeah.
I am honored. I am honored.
No, I'm honored.
I'm honored.
Thank you.
Honey, it's been such a long day already.
What happened?
Well, I had to work this morning, but I had a long day yesterday, so it just added to a long day.
We're having a good time though. I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were fucking going off,
Oh,
bitch.
all fucking day.
Wow.
I
Oh
saw
my
it, and I love
goodness.
that purple outfit that you had.
I
Thank you.
know. So amazing.
That one's new.
New to the closet.
You would never believe what happened to me today.
What happened?
So when I was getting off work, my roommate calling me all panicked, and I'm like, "What's going on, girl?" And she was like, "Do you know somebody named Max?" And I'm like, "No." She's like, "Well, some boy named Max is at our door, and he said he's looking for you." I said, "What? A boy named Max?" I said, "What do he look like?"
That is so scary.
He's Mexican. I said,
He's Mexican.
"Girl," I said, "Go outside and stand by the camera so I can, like, you know, the motion detector will pick it up so I can go look at it." So I look at it. I'm like, "Girl, this is a boy who I had like a trade that I had like a couple months ago." And you showing up to my house unannounced, girl, asking where I'm at, girl. I don't even talk to you. I was shook.
That's scary. What the
Ew.
fuck?
So I was like, I told my roommate, I was like, just get his number so that I can contact him, make sure he don't do that shit again.
Yeah, the
But,
fuck.
Yes, that's
yeah,
fucking
because I had
scary.
blocked him on Grindr, but he still had my number. So like, of course I knew that you had my number, so I didn't think that you would go looking for me because I blocked you on Grindr, bitch. But he was like, "Oh, I forgot what your number was," and I was like, "Okay, well, I
How
got a
did he
boyfriend
find
now,
you?
so
Oh,
don't do
okay,
this."
period.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like,
Oh,
the only way I'm
We
gonna
are
do
live,
is
just
not
so
do
you know.
this again. Like,
we are live. But that's a good story. I love that.
That was all fake.
Sorry.
okay, y'all can know.
That wasn't real. That wasn't real.
So don't be showing up to people's houses unannounced.
Okay,
Yes,
lesson of the day.
girl.
Okay,
Oh my
look.
goodness.
But he wouldn't watch this, girl.
I know,
Okay,
crazy.
good,
Kind of psycho, honestly.
May I have
It's
some of
very
your
psycho.
energy?
That's wild.
Just
Oh, a dick?
yeah. Go ahead and infuse that, period. And then
Infuse
Audrey, you too.
it. Ooh.
We do a part of the day.
This gold deck.
Thank you. My, Merlin got it for me, my boyfriend.
Period.
Give me that.
Nice.
Do I need to put this where my mouth is?
Yeah.
If you'd
She's.
like
Oh,
to.
be careful with the.
She's pretty strong, though,
Yeah.
so if
There
you
you
want to
go.
lean
Oh, I
back,
can
you're
do-
welcome
I
to.
can lean this one.
Please.
Here, let me fix it for you.
I just need for it to tilt down a little bit.
Got you, girl.
Period. Come on, technology. Oh. It's like, oh, take me out to dinner first.
Jeez.
Okay, let me make sure I don't talk loud
He
because there's a
gets
mic in front of me,
excited
girl.
really easily.
My voice is so loud. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
How do I look in there? Do I look
You
Cut
look
off.
like you,
period? Of course
You
you're
look
cut.
like
You big bitch. You're cut off.
or whatever.
Honey, I've been trying to start a podcast for the longest, but I'm just so lazy and I got so much shit going on.
It's a lot of work.
you
I
look
know, right?
busy.
We have the Three of Pentacles for today, y'all. Building your own. Okay.
Literally.
Ah, one pentacle for each.
Period.
Yeah. Only
Love
one
it.
though.
I'm dead.
Do y'all smoke up in here?
We
yes,
do.
ma'am.
Period, because I got a little blunt I want to.
Oh, on the podcast though, I don't know.
Oh.
It's a cigarette.
It's a cigarette.
It's cigarette.
I'm just gonna vape, you know?
Yeah. it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
Nobody knows what these things are.
Yeah.
I do CBD only anyway.
Period.
Yeah,
As you
period.
should.
For the body.
Delta 8 is wonderful.
Where were
Delta
you?
9,
Oh.
Delta X.
Where were you that you were like chilling? Like,
Just now?
yeah.
At my house.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it wasn't that long. I got off work at like 4. And then I went to the makeup store. And then I went home. And then I ate something. And then I came here.
Nice.
Period,
Damn,
I love
girl.
that.
I feel it. I feel
it's
it.
because I love y'all.
Well, relax.
Yeah,
Don't
just
worry
chill
about
out.
it. Yeah, this podcast isn't anything too crazy, too serious. You know, we like to.
But that's what I came for.
Yeah.
I came to dish.
Okay,
Okay,
period.
look.
Yes, you right. So, how we usually like to start the podcast off is, of course, introducing each other. So, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Well, my name is King. I'm also known as the Queen Fantasia, a local drag artist. I am 30 years old, and as a drag queen, I'm 6. But I'm about to be 7 soon.
Oh.
October 31st is my birthday.
Oh my God.
But for drag.
Period. Wow.
But yeah, I've just been working very hard. I do, in addition to drag, I write musicals and I do a lot of artistic endeavors that sort of suit my fancy. I majored in theater in college, so I'm always looking for outlets to sort of make that a bigger part of my life. But drag does get the job done in June, I'll tell you that.
June is a good month. June is a good month for you.
It
I mean, you were
is.
killing it in the
Pride
stories.
is no joke.
It's really not. It's really not.
Busy.
Yeah,
Busy.
but
queen.
I mean, you got to be blessed and busy, because otherwise you're sad and broke. So
Period.
You right,
And I'm not
girl.
trying to be broke or sad.
none of that. None of that. honey.
I'm currently.
Yes.
Did you want to shout out any of like your websites or where we can support you?
I think if everybody goes to the Queen Fantasia on anything, that's the best way to keep up with me. I do update my Instagram the most out of everything, but whatever. I do have some other websites and stuff, but all those links can be found if you follow my social media.
We need to collab and create some merch, honestly. Like create you a little
yes.
website
I'm
because
trying to do.
you're
merch
getting big.
right now.
You're getting big. I saw your
Actually,
follower
I've
count.
I'm on my 3rd generation of merch right now.
Oh,
the one
shit.
that I'm trying to create. But my 1st and 2nd both sold out. So I have no doubt that there are people who love and support me, and I love that because that just shows that it gives some validation to what I'm doing.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
You have
I
a lot
love
of
that.
talent, though. You know what I
Thank
mean?
you.
You should
Especially
really
with that
understand.
theater degree, like you better
Honey,
use it.
Girl.
You better use it.
You ballroom.
Honey,
like,
yes.
I'm dead.
That's amazing.
But no, I'm also about to do a competition in Austin starting next Monday. So yeah, that'll
You're
be
all over the place.
exciting.
Yes.
It's called the Grackle Games. It just got announced today, so I can finally talk about it because I've known about it for like a month and a half. But yeah, it's kind of like a weekly competition where people get eliminated, and then
Ooh, that's fun.
the last person standing is gonna win a few G's. So.
Oh,
G's. We do like
girl.
G's. Okay, nice.
Speaking of a G, I won a G last night at the ball. So
You are getting money right now.
The
He
black and
said
gray
rent,
of
not
ball.
worried about money on
Oh
back.
my
Okay.
goodness.
No, I was worried about money. That's why I said I'm winning everything.
Hell
period.
yeah.
I told
It's
my
a good
best
motivator.
friend- Yes, I told my best friend, I said, you know what, I'm tired of taking L's. This is my season of winning. Anything that I do, I'm going with the intention to win,
Here
and
he
I'm
is.
going to win. And that's on period.
Man. Oh, that's
Yes.
amazing. Well deserved, though.
Thank you.
Really, though.
I agree.
It was a long time coming.
We've known King for a long time, and we're just happy to see you thriving, honestly.
Yes.
So,
Honest to
not that
God.
long, but a long time.
Yeah.
At least a couple years.
A good
Yeah.
amount. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. That's amazing. And I love supporting you too because it's just so like you can see the difference between you and somebody who's not as motivated to, do drag. And
I agree.
I really appreciate that you are just so into your craft,
you.
It's amazing.
I try, girl. I try.
I know
Just
you do.
plowing my way to the top. like my pussycat.
What's like your ultimate goal, like for yourself? Like, what is that?
I would
look
love
like?
to have my own play produced and be able to tour around America with it. Because I've done plays here and there, but they never last past like a couple of days. I do like an opening and then a closing, basically. But I want it to be something that can be seen by a lot of people, and I would love for it to become like even bigger, become like a series, a TV series, or even a movie.
A pilot or something.
Ultimately, my main passion is writing. I found I just naturally have written things since I was young. So even though I've channeled that more creatively, I love writing. So if I got in front of the right people, I'll be like, well, this could easily be the next Netflix craze, baby.
The
something
new
like
Euphoria
that.
or
So,
something.
right.
Yeah.
So right.
But yeah, I would love to go into it for sure.
I'll be manifesting that for you then, because I think you deserve it.
Thank you. And I also have met a lot of talented people, especially since I moved to San Antonio. There's so many people here who have the talent. They just don't know what outlet to
Right.
use.
yes.
San Antonio
So-
is very much that energy. Like, there's a lot of talent people, but we're not in like a LA or like a New York or like even a Austin or Dallas. Like, it's very much like I don't want to say gatekeepy, but it's definitely like you don't know where to go because there's no paths that have been forged yet.
The resources aren't like laid out for you as specific as like Austin and New York and Los Angeles.
Would you ever move somewhere else like Austin?
Yes, I'm currently.
Oh yeah, you were telling me December, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna move to Austin most likely by the end of this year. So yeah,
yes,
but that way I'll still be able to be close to San Antonio. I'll be able to travel when I want to do like other shows here and stuff. And my family moved here, so I definitely don't want to like. I know they moved to San Antonio for me, so I don't want to be like deuces. Here, but
Bye.
yeah.
But bigger and better things, you know.
sure.
And there's definitely a lot more opportunity, especially with the kind of drag that you do over in Austin. Like,
which I've witnessed, which is why I'm like,
Yes.
maybe I do need to change my focus because I do love San Antonio and it is up and coming. But
it is.
right now I'm like, okay, I'm also up and coming and I need the coming to come faster.
Damn.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Period.
ma'am. You do.
Got time to waste. I'm trying to get this money.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
Yes,
Period.
ma'am.
Do you want to go next?
older by the day, baby.
Please.
You look good for 30 though. I did not know you're 30. That's crazy.
Yo,
You just had a birthday,
crazy.
April.
30 is the new 22, I heard.
It is. That's what I heard.
Yes, ma'am.
Somebody said it.
I don't know who, but
Go
they're
ahead,
right.
Audrey. You go next.
Okay, my name is Audrey Tan. You can find me at First Generation on pretty much all social media as well. I do have a live stream on Wednesdays to do gaming, and I'm gonna start making my little vlogs on YouTube. So watch out for that.
Period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it.
I'm really excited. I have a lot of travel videos that I still need to compile and edit and
Yeah.
girl.
I love that.
It takes a
so
moment.
much.
I
Yeah.
can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
I love it though.
It's gonna be very much like a little like anime moment for you. Like
Yeah.
I like it. You should add little like
Anime.
little like like not emojis but little like
My little drawings.
Yeah, little drawings and stuff. That'd be
will.
cute.
I
I
definitely
didn't know you were a
will.
gamer either.
I do. Well, I'm really bad at it, but I'm trying.
I think
to
it's
get
gonna
out
be the
there.
funny part.
Yeah, games are funner when it's like you really don't
When
know
you're
what's
not.
going
Yeah, exactly.
I love
Exactly.
Everybody says that they want to watch me play scary games.
That's
and
what I'm
like,
signing up for. I
oh,
want to see scary
no.
games.
Yes. Well, what's that game? Dead by Daylight. I think.
Oh
Literally
yes,
that.
I do.
You
like
can play that on
was
your
so
iPad
good.
too. Like
No, I
Okay,
don't
well.
wanna. I'm gonna throw that shit.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw it.
break my
Uh-uh.
$1,000
No.
iPad.
Scary.
I'm dead. Not bad.
And for you, sir?
My name is Angel. You could follow me on Instagram at Avocado Papi. I make a lot of art. You could follow me on Patreon if you want to support me that way. You get perks with every donation or whatever, and you get and you get art exclusive, and then you get like a free sticker. You get access to my private community, stuff like that. I'm also on YouTube. I live stream my artwork every Sunday at 6 p.m. So if you want to follow me for that, it's very useful. If you have any questions and want to learn more about art, I'll be there.
Come through.
So that.
I love
We love a
that.
good live streamer.
Yeah,
We're doing
right?
my best. We're doing our best. We're thinking about moving to Twitch, but we don't know yet.
Come through.
Yes. Yeah. So if y'all have any recommendations, please let us know. If you guys would rather watch us on Twitch, just shout us out. Follow us on Instagram.
Yeah.
DM us, whatnot.
We never like put out our Instagram. That's true.
I put it in our description. I put our link tree and our at symbols for all
Okay.
of our channels.
I'll take it.
yes.
I'll
So
take it.
I will also be putting the Queen on our description as well.
Thank
Period.
you.
Yes, yes. Until I
Let's
figure
see.
out overlays. I'll figure it out.
Oh, I
Eventually.
totally forgot to mention too that I do tarot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. On Tuesdays.
Yes. I have become very engrossed in tarot readings. So I think that I definitely went through another spiritual awakening
Ooh.
recently.
Tis the season.
Really?
Yes, it was
Tis the
very
season.
difficult though.
That's the problem.
Yes, right. It was definitely another eye-opening moment. I'm always like, just when you think you're right
You're
there,
cool, yeah.
That leads
spirit
us,
world is like,
literally.
you thought, girl, you ain't nowhere.
So
That-
was it more of like a growth kind of spiritual awakening?
Definitely, it was kind of like a big tower moment. If
Oh.
is
Oh,
the best way I
no.
can explain it, because it was
Okay.
like one event kind of was like the catalyst for so many other things that like started going wrong.
Right.
And usually, because I'm hard-headed, I know that my spirit guides will do things to make me pay attention. And if I don't pay attention, they just keep happening. So it was kind of like that. It was like for a good 2 weeks, it was like every day I got either bad news or something random happened or I lost money because of something. It was like every day was like that. So it took me to be like, you know what, I need to reevaluate.
I need to
myself,
realign
my
real
life, what's
quick.
going on. Right, because it was like, obviously, what am I doing right now that's not working if all of these things are so easy to fall apart, you know? Or like, what was it that I wasn't seeing before? Like, you know, it was a lot of just like deep questions that I started asking myself before I could like rebuild my attitude again, because I was walking around for a couple days with a deep cloud, a dark cloud over me. So I was like, oh, I hate that feeling, but
I know. I feel that.
I'm better now.
No, your energy is very much
I couldn't even tell.
bright.
You know?
Yes.
So that's a good
Yes,
thing.
girl. Yes,
Good
girl.
girl. I even broke a nail, which never happened.
I didn't even see that.
Wow, girl.
I was like, that was the final straw.
I'm done.
That was it.
It's over.
Stay home, yeah.
I'm
staying
dead.
home now.
That leads me into like the segment where we ask each other like how we're doing and how our week was. So obviously not
Well,
too
now we know.
crazy.
Now we know.
But what was like a good moment for you, I guess, this week?
You know, there's. I gotta be careful what I talk about now. There is somebody in my life who I really enjoy, who has been in my life for a long time, who said something to me that I really did not expect.
Oh,
But it was low-key exactly what I needed to hear at the time. So that was kind of a bright spot in my week, because I was like, well, wow, that was a pleasant surprise. Usually I can like tell where conversations and things are going,
Yeah.
but this was totally out of left field. So I was
ooh, I
like,
kind of like that though.
I know, it really,
Yes.
I mean,
Keep
like
me on my
everything else,
toes.
it was definitely keeping me on my toes. I was like, okay, let me find out. But it was just one of those things that I was like, okay, this actually brings some like wholeness to my heart that you've said this, you know.
Oh, I love that.
It doesn't make me feel like, usually when I talk to this person, they make me feel real uneasy, and they make me feel like, okay, why do I still talk to you?
Oh, I see.
But after the conversation we had, I was like, okay,
Okay.
I am more settled and at peace with our relationship, and hopefully it gets better from there, but we'll see what happens.
Gotcha.
Oh,
I'm
that's
praying for you.
nice.
I'm praying
Okay,
for
thank
you.
you.
Yes.
I love that. Nice week then.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
What about y'all?
You want to go first?
I can go first.
Yeah.
What was my week like? I feel like I just was complaining a lot this week, and then I was like really tired because usually it was a new moon. Usually my new moon is like very like resting and I'm chilling, but like work lately has just been so like crazy because of certain people, my boss. I'm just gonna put it out there because I really don't care anymore.
Yeah.
But
It's not like he watches
my
this.
boss is crazy, bro. Like he's just insane. So I'm gonna start looking for a new job because that shit's insane, and I'm just tired of dealing with it. I'm the most responsible person there, and that's just crazy.
That's
to me.
crazy.
That's crazy to me.
That's
Literally,
crazy.
listen to her because it's crazy to me.
Listen to her.
Like that's how you know it's bad when I'm the most responsible person. You
He
know,
shouldn't
like,
be. He should not be.
everywhere I've worked, like there's always been at least another person who has like at least 2 years of experience more than me. But like this place, have like a couple months of experience ahead of people, and I'm like in charge of them. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's not how
I know
that's
what
gonna
you
work.
mean.
Oh yeah, we both know.
Yeah.
Honey,
Yeah.
you're not the only one who's
Yeah.
thinking about jumping a ship.
It's just crazy because like I love it because of you know, the opportunities that could possibly be there.
Yeah.
Because I love the like vibe of it. I love like the art aspect of it for
Yeah.
my figure drawing. But like I just don't. I could do that somewhere else probably. You know what I mean? I just gotta find the place.
You really can. Honest to God, please.
It really sucks when there's a business that you could see so much potential in, but there's like somebody who kind of ruins it. It's like, oh, if only. I feel like I've been in so many situations like that in San Antonio. Like no shade to a lot of businesses that I've worked with, but there's just some managers and owners of places that really just don't have the vision for the future. You know, they're thinking about my money now instead of
I see.
what am I investing in and how am I being perceived? How's the business being perceived?
That's exactly
and how
what
can
the
we grow
problem
over
is.
time?
Yep.
You know, and when I try to have some of those kind of conversations with people, they take it as me like overstepping, like or I'm just like I think I know what's going on, but I don't know anything about business.
Literally, that's the
Or,
energy.
you know, and I'm
That's
just
the
like,
energy.
But baby, how do you think I stayed afloat as a tarot reading drag queen, honey?
Literally.
It wasn't by doing what you doing. So
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, their business practices here are kind of crazy. Like they're just like so like I'm okay with being bare minimum.
that
And I'm just like I'm very much not a bare minimum person.
period.
Like I want extravagance, I want like romanticism, I want things that are like what I imagine in my head.
Yes,
And if
I
I'm
feel
not
that.
getting that, if I'm not getting that,
Yes.
then we have a problem. Or if you're not working towards at least something a little bit better, then we have a problem.
Right.
But that's like my energy right now. But I'm fine. I did like a whole tarot reading last night for me, myself.
Period.
And it was like, I brought all my decks out. Like I need something from everybody. So, and I feel much better today. Thank God. Cause like I was really in a fucking cloud.
Yes, girl. But you have been working towards not having to rely on that job anyway. It's just now about full sending into that career path that you really want to get into.
Yeah, I'm really trying to be a tattoo artist. So if anybody needs a tattoo apprentice, let me know.
Or if anyone
You would be
wants
so
to
good
give
at
up their
that.
skin.
I know. And
And tattoos are crazy. I was literally just talking to somebody earlier about they had a bunch of tattoos that I could see. So I was like, oh my God, like how many tattoos do you have? And then he was like, oh, I stopped counting a while ago. And like the one on my chest I just got, and it's huge. And I was just like, I wasn't even thinking about your chest, boy. But like the fact that his body was like, to me, it already looked covered.
Yeah.
Right.
But he was like, oh, I got room for this and this, And I'm just like, wow, like the tattoo industry is bigger than I think it is.
Yeah.
it's actually really big. It's crazy.
Because those things ain't
is.
cheap either. And people
No,
be
they're
putting
not.
literally their whole bodies in tattoos. So
And it's just,
Yeah.
I think it's a really, it's a beautiful craft because you got to work with like an understanding of the body and like blood and stuff like that. So that's interesting to me. And then also like the artistic side of it. And I like the whole part of like, you get to be your own boss and like do your own thing. Cause I don't really work I don't feel like I work well under people. Like I feel like I need to be my boss. So
definitely, I feel that.
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
What?
Oh, were you going to say something?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you should be sorry, honestly.
No, yeah. Well, in the future, when you become a tattoo artist, I definitely will come get one.
I'll hook it up.
But
Yeah.
right
I'll hook it
now,
up.
I'm free.
You don't have
Ooh,
anything?
she's
No.
a virgin.
Nothing? She's
My
a
favorite quote is
virgin.
by Kim Kardashian when she said, "Would you put a bumper sticker on a Bentley?" And now,
Damn.
That's a good- that's a good one.
Period.
No, but I literally
I'm
said that every
you
time someone's
are
like, "You don't have
married.
tattoos?" I'm like, "Would you put a bumper sticker on a Bentley?" Like, I don't
I
know.
love
You're
But
right,
I will make
though.
sure that it's the most elegant fucking piece I can ever create. I
Please.
promise you.
Please.
Yeah.
I promise
There
you.
is one. I want to get like the music is love symbol, like the bass clef and the treble clef together,
Okay.
and it makes like a
Okay,
heart.
yeah.
I want that. And me and my cousin said we would get those the last time she visited me, but we didn't have enough time. But she literally was like, "We're going, we're going." I'm like, "Okay."
And then, okay, calm down.
But it didn't work out, so I was like, "Good," because I wasn't ready.
It probably didn't happen for that very reason.
right. I was putting the energy out. Like, I'm not ready.
I'm good. How was your
Wow.
week, Audrey?
My week was good. I have been having pretty boring weeks, honestly. Oh, they're not super boring, but it's just more of like other people want to put drama into my life kind of deal that I'm just trying to ignore. Mostly guys, mostly men, you know
Already know
how
how
that
men are. You
goes.
know how
Yeah,
men
yeah,
are.
yeah. I'm just trying to get my education on. I'm in coding school right now.
Ooh.
Yes, girl. It's
Girl, you
fucking
trying to be a computer programmer or something?
yeah, well,
Literally
more
that.
like a web developer. I would really, thank you. I really want to like make my own company so that I can help local businesses and artists make their own website, like have an interactive art museum, like online though.
Girl, you get some
So-
grants for that.
Oh
honey.
yes,
You
girl,
could. Actually, I was just
know.
looking into that. I just met a girl that can help us out with like starting a business and getting us grants, especially during Pride Month. Apparently, like there's a lot of grants being like handed out to small businesses. So I'm gonna apply for that. I forgot to say
Please.
that.
You have
Yes.
to. You need.
And
to.
I have
I'll
to.
help
Yes,
whatever
yes.
too. I'm a grant writer. I've gotten a lot of grants in my time. So,
Oh shit!
Wow,
I didn't even know
that's
that.
awesome.
That's crazy.
That's amazing, girl.
girl, let's
How-
put our heads together.
Yes,
Say
please.
less.
The three
Yes,
of pentacles.
please.
The three of pentacles. Oh, that's
Yes.
literally the
Each
like
pentacle
next segment. That's
coming
literally
in,
the next segment.
girl. Oh my goodness.
Okay,
Yeah.
transition. Did you have anything else to say though about your week? For sure, right?
Honestly, just that. I know that we usually talk a little bit more about that drama, but I think that that's very small in comparison to like, because it doesn't do anything for my spirituality. It doesn't do anything for my future. I mean, it did, but it doesn't.
Period.
It made me,
It's fun.
it made me realize that like, man, I really did put a lot of like effort and time into trying to cultivate relationships with men for such a long time. And now that I'm a little older, now that I'm like, I have a goal that I want to reach, and I have my own like future that I really want, I feel like I just don't want to have time for pieces of shit. I'm
love
sorry.
that.
I think that's
if
a good
you don't
thing.
have your shit together, don't come to me.
Don't do
Thank
it.
you, girl.
Don't play with it. Don't play with it.
Yes.
Yes.
Don't play with it. Don't play with it.
You can really tell when people are like just like not getting it together, you know what I'm saying?
Yes. And I really felt that energy from all of these guys that are approaching me. And it's just like, man, don't talk to me if you don't think that you like understand yourself. Even if you're not comfortable with
if you
yourself.
Match the energy. Like that's it. Like you know what you're approaching. So don't play
girl.
with it.
Yes,
I know exactly
girl.
what you mean.
Thank
honey.
you.
Fire
Thank
signs.
you.
Not the
Okay,
fire
well,
signs.
Yeah, all of us. All of us. Oh my God, we're the firehouse
When
now.
that happened.
That's
No, you
amazing.
really triggered me because I was really in my mind going through if I should go through and delete all of my like gay apps and stuff again, because I go through periods where I do. But I was having that very conversation with myself, and I was like, you know what? Being on Grindr and stuff, it doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't like make me feel wanted and attractive. It doesn't make me feel like I'm any closer to a soulmate or a happy, long-lasting relationship. It doesn't do anything. It actually does the opposite in a lot of
Really?
ways.
It takes
Wow.
away.
So
Good.
once I started thinking about that, I was like, yeah. And I literally set a reminder on my phone because it came up today. And it was like, delete Grindr.
A reminder.
Yes.
He said, let me have it for a couple more days.
Which is even funnier because I had that message to delete Grindr, and then that Grindr dude. Well, I met him on Grindr. We went on a few dates, but like I met him on Grindr, and then he showed up at my house. That's so crazy.
What's the opposite of serendipity? Like, what's
Right.
Crazy.
red flags?
Kind of psycho.
Damn, your spiritual guides be yelling at you.
Yelling.
That's
just
crazy.
not playing with me at all.
No.
Like, okay.
Oh my
Aries
goodness.
needed, honestly. Aries needed.
Okay.
They don't be
Honest
listening.
to God.
I am the baby of the zodiac, and sometimes I do act like I don't know what's going on. When I know exactly what's going on. So.
I'm dead.
But, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I love that. Those are good conversations.
That was.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
That thought.
Thank you. Thank you.
Solidified what I was
appreciate
feeling.
it.
Yes.
Yes,
Oh, I'm
girl.
happy.
This is another spirit guide yelling at you through me.
In the softest
Girl,
way.
stop. Yeah.
You have such a soft voice. I want to talk more like you.
Oh,
It sounds so sensual.
sensual.
Like we're talking about, like you're literally over here like, I don't give a F about these pieces of shit, man.
I'm trying
I
not
love
to. I'm trying not to. Y'all can go fuck yourselves.
Okay,
Yeah, there you go. Is that better?
I love it.
It is a nice voice.
Thank
You're
you.
right.
I
Thank
know
you.
it.
Let's see. Okay, card of the day.
Yes.
Okay,
please.
so the card of the day, like we said, is the Three of Pentacles. King, you're the one who got me more into it. So
Weird,
you're
baby.
basically my mama when it comes to that.
Oh,
Oh,
my spiritual mama.
that's a good. It's a
The
good
Three
one.
of Pentacles is usually about, like we talked about, it can be about like collaboration. The number 3 definitely makes me think of community. So working towards something with others. It's also like building foundations. It makes me think of work. So like hard work too. Like if I ever see the combination of like 3 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, that means you're working way too hard.
Oh,
But,
okay.
I don't know why that came through right now, but yeah, but the Three of Pentacles, yeah, it's a good card. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's like something is being built, something is progressing, you know. So and there's some collaboration going on. So
Literally right now.
love it.
And I
That's
feel-
crazy. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Actually, you know what I want?
I was gonna say the other week we got the Two of Cups,
Yes.
and then
yeah.
this week we actually have a guest, and then we have the Three of Pentacles.
Yes.
Yeah. So I love it. Oh, come on,
Oh,
Dick.
I
It
just
is
have
crazy.
to.
Yes, you have to.
So
I'm so
Spirit
excited.
we were literally
Right.
talking about this
Oh, like-
before you came. I was like, I wonder if he brought his
Clarify.
text.
Oh,
I'm gonna take whatever this is flipped over. Okay.
Oh.
And there might be one more thing. What else is clarifying this Three of Pentacles? Oh, where did it go?
Y'all are watching it live.
I love your cards. These are my favorite.
So the bottom of the deck is the moon, shadow.
Period.
Love it.
Come on, Cancer energy.
We're all doing a lot of shadow work right now.
For
Based on
sure.
the right banter we're having, it feels like we're all kind of doing the same
The
thing.
transitionary period.
Right. So we have the heart chakra.
Ooh.
Love that.
I love
I
that
do
too.
love it.
That's a beautiful green color.
Patience and planning, the Seven of Pentacles.
Okay,
Ooh.
period.
Yes.
That looks good.
We are patient and we are planning things.
And the Eight of Cups, emotional withdrawal.
Mm.
Dang, we were just
Okay.
talking about. Yeah,
It
right.
feels like there's some change of heart things going on here because literally that's how the cards are trying to talk about it.
All three of
It's
us are
like,
doing
yes,
I think the
yes.
emotional.
We're doing different things
Yeah.
to heal our emotional centers, so I love that. And we're building towards the future with this patience and planning card. It's like we're setting the seeds. They're gonna
love
birth
it.
into something bigger later. I
Oh
love
my
that.
goodness, yes.
Come on now.
I
This
love
is the
it.
energy that we
Yeah.
need.
Thank you for clarifying. I love
Thank
that you did
goodness.
that. That's beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see. And then usually after the tarot segment, we go into outfit of the day. So
Outfit?
Outfit.
Yes.
You should've told me that
Yes.
was
I'm sorry.
Right, I know,
I
it's
totally
okay.
forgot to tell you.
Yeah, how dare
That's
you?
my bad.
Angel.
That's my bad, y'all. My bad. But I love the shirt though. It's
Thank
giving
you.
like
And the
it's
nails.
giving mask and also femme. period.
Yes.
Come on, shoes.
You know,
Period.
versatile fish.
Yeah, versatile fish.
I
Oh
love
my
it.
god, I love it.
Yeah, I was
cute.
going for boyish. I was going for sporty. It's hot outside.
It's
so I
hot.
was like,
I know. I was wearing this and I was
Yes,
all like,
baseball.
"What the fuck am I doing?" Literally.
I love it.
Thanks.
You look like you're from Texas.
I try.
Yeah. I
Bovine.
try.
Got the bolo.
Bovine, yeah.
Got the this, and then I got some
I'm gonna hurt
little
some
shorts
sheep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
on. I love your outfit though. Like I love
Okay.
this.
It's a kimono, like.
I was gonna say it's given Japan.
Yes,
giving Japan.
yes. I actually got this in LA.
Yeah.
I got
Oh,
this in
period.
LA, and
Come
I
on,
think they
LA.
repurposed like kimono fabric into this. Yeah, a bunch of people in Japan stopped me actually because of this. They were like, "Look like kimono." I'm like, "Yes, it does."
That's a good business.
Yes.
That's beautiful. I love that
It
though.
is beautiful.
Is that a zipper though? What is that?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
It's like a little
Ooh,
jacket
and
moment.
it's like a jacket.
Yeah.
I like it. Little crop
Period,
moment.
period.
You've
Thank you,
been
thank
working
you.
these crops lately, honestly.
I know.
Crops are the best. Hello, crops are
Especially
life.
during fucking summer.
That's what
Oh
I
my
want to
God,
get for
girl.
merch. Actually, I've been saying that, but nobody really sells like crop tops in bulk. But
I just went to
okay.
Erica Badu concert and she had crop tops. I got one. Yeah.
Ooh.
where was Erica Badu at?
She was at the AT&T Center.
Really?
Yeah.
When?
It's like crazy.
Like
The
not even
last
that long
weekend.
ago. Like yeah, like last weekend we
Oh
went to go.
my
Me and Merlin went to
Oh,
go
I
see
was
her.
out of town,
Yeah.
because I definitely would have went. 'Cause
Yeah.
Usually I keep an eye on the concerts.
Oh my
I
God.
saw and there was a lot of people that I knew and I was just like, I didn't know people liked Erica Badu like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
She's
Like,
the OG.
I want to go to the SZA concert. Y'all tell me.
where's that?
I am
It's
gonna
gonna
go.
be at the AT&T Center. I
Okay, I'm
think.
down. Say that.
It's in the fall sometime. I can't remember, but
I'll buy the
It's like
tickets
in
right now.
November.
let's do it.
Okay, I'm down.
So,
Where
I'm
you,
going.
did you already buy them?
No.
Okay, perfect. We can all sit
I'm like,
together.
I don't care if I'm like too close for SZA, so I'm like, I'll wait.
Yeah,
period,
we were
period.
like sitting in the far back,
Mm-hmm.
and literally nobody was dancing to like.
Oh my
You know what I'm saying? Like,
It
can we
just
get into
wasn't
the
the vibe.
energy?
Okay,
And she was
right.
even on stage. She's like, "Y'all need to give me some energy," and I was just like, "Yeah, what's
Damn.
up with y'all? Come on, y'all!" Like,
Yeah,
I
literally.
feel that. I feel
Beam
that.
it.
I'm also
No,
a Leo.
It's the worst when you got a big audience and they're not just giving you anything. It's like
How is that as a performer
it's
yourself?
the worst. I mean, that happened yesterday. In the beginning of our show, usually, okay, there's a thing with me as a performer. I've noticed the pattern. Whenever I'm in a show, I'm either first or last, which I think either is a compliment. But
Save the
usually,
best
if
for
I'm
last.
first, it's in a show that like you know, they need me to set the tone for the show because the audience is gonna be. They need to get there.
Okay.
So in one of my shows, I definitely felt the first minute of my performance, I was winning everybody over. Like, come on, you know, we're about to get into it.
That's cool.
But afterwards, they were great.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I think audiences don't realize the kind of like energy that collectively they can have, especially when your attention is focused on one person.
It's true.
It's like we can feel it. We can really feel it. So
I'm so terrified of that. Like, you're so brave.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I got scared just starting this podcast. You know what I mean? It's just me in here. So,
He was literally just staring at the computer screen like, how many
yeah,
people
like
are
our
watching
first
us right
episode,
now?
I was like terrified, honestly. Like,
oh my god,
I'm
No, I
a
feel
nervous
that.
person too. Honest
Yeah.
to God, yeah.
I just love people, so I've never I grew to love people because my mother made me love people.
love that.
But yeah,
Smart
my mom
woman.
was like always a very like she loved to have people over. She liked to throw parties. She was in part of the community choir, so everybody in the community choir knew me, and we would always go to different people's houses. So I was very social growing up, and she used to force me to like sing and stuff like that.
Oh,
so,
like perform.
So
I mean, it did help you in the long run.
definitely,
It really
this is how stars are made. They say you got to start them early.
Yes,
start 'em early.
ma'am. Yes,
Even though
ma'am.
everybody's like children don't need to be in the industry or anything like that when they're growing up, but it's also like some children just have that natural talent, and when they get older, boom, that's
Yeah.
how it happens.
Mm-hmm.
But because there's some things that I wish that my mom would have like taken a chance on with me, but then I'm also like, everything happens for a reason. I was meant to have a normal life.
Right.
So, but now my life is abnormal since I'm a drag queen,
But it's a good,
full circle.
Yeah,
Full circle moment.
and it's not in like a bad way, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like I feel like a lot of people think abnormal and like weird or are bad words to describe people,
True.
but I like
Yeah, I
it.
embrace
think
that.
yes,
I like
I
not
am
being like
weird.
everything else.
Yes,
Yeah, me too.
yes, ma'am.
Everything else is kind of boring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like be in a world where you could be anything, be you. That is one of my favorite
Yes.
quotes. It's on my
Ooh,
wall.
that's beautiful.
Oh,
It's on your
I do
wall.
like
It's on my
that.
wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
I happened to buy a tapestry that was like sunflowers, but they like burst into butterflies. And it's like two of my favorite things. And then the caption around it is that in a world where you could be anything, be you.
That's
wow,
beautiful.
that's literally, it fell into your lap.
Period.
It was supposed to.
I have another one that says in a world where you could be anything, be king too.
Oh my god.
That's so
And it
sick
was, I
because
was
that's
just
your
like,
name.
I'm sure they didn't think somebody's actual name was King, but boom.
Yes.
I'll take it. It was meant for me.
Right,
It
right,
was
right.
up for me.
No,
I love
yeah.
that. Wow, how cool.
Oh, I have that question then. What are some of y'all's favorite like spiritual symbols? Like I said, mine is like a sunflower, a butterfly. Those things always bring me a lot of peace. Or like a hummingbird.
Hummingbirds are really, really good because that's an Aztec symbol for me. So I see that I'm automatically thinking like warrior, like that's a past warrior. I don't know if you know anything about like the Aztec translation
No,
for
not
the.
really.
It's just basically like they believe that like women or like men who were fighting in battle would reincarnate as hummingbirds. So every time you see one, it's like a past warrior. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So women giving birth, like if they died in labor, they would become a hummingbird. So stuff like that. And then for me, also like moths. If I see moth, that's a symbol of change for me. Especially if I see it during the daytime and I'm just like, what's a moth doing here? Of all places, I'm like, yeah. And I remember I would see moths a lot, especially when my grandpa was about to pass. Like I would see moths all the time.
Wow.
Let's see what else. The moon, obviously. If I see any kind of moon symbol, because she's my patron. I don't care what kind of goddess or anything that is. It's just the moon, divine femininity. I love her. And then I think that's about it for me, honestly. Like when it comes to symbols, roses maybe, but that's just like very Latino. You know what I mean? Yeah. What about you?
For me, I guess I'm more of like a flower girl. I find a lot of comfort in flowers and I find a lot of meaning in them as well. And I just so happen to always like find flowers in like unexpected places. And it's always been like that since I was really, really young. And
Yes.
orchids have been like a really big theme for me.
Ooh, I like orchids.
I like orchids too.
And
They're so hard to keep alive.
yeah, exactly. And I'm
Sunflowers
like,
too.
yeah,
Sunflowers too.
exactly. I'm like, why are you over here? That's so crazy. This is literally just grass, and then you're here. But I never expected that. Yeah, and then like daffodils, I saw a lot of those, and tulips in Japan, and it just made me feel like I was on the right path. You know, like I feel like flowers, you know, they're the harbinger of spring. It tells you that this is new life, this is the new beginnings, you know, and that just makes me feel so much better because like of course spring, it happens to be like the stormiest times, like sometimes the darkest days, you know, but at the end of the day you're gonna have these beautiful blossoms.
Yes,
you
I
know,
love that.
yes,
is beautiful. I love that.
the fruits of our labor.
Okay, look.
Do you have any like animal like things that you look out for?
I would say like I see a lot lot of ladybugs when I'm having
I never
trouble.
see ladybugs.
It's so
I
rare for me to
never see
ladybugs.
ladybugs.
I literally said that the other
Really?
day. I was like, because I saw one like on a person.
Oh,
and it
wow.
scared me because I didn't know what it was. And I was like, oh, it's a ladybug, girl. Because once you haven't seen it in so while, it just looks like some dots rolling around. I'm
Oh my gosh. You're like, ew.
Don't touch me.
Literally thought her skin was crawling.
Oh
I'm
no. That's scary, girl. No.
Acid trip without the acid.
oh my god.
Yeah, I've always seen ladybugs around me. Well, ever since I was a little kid too, they would always like land near me or on me or like today even I saw a ladybug in between
What
the
the-
cracks at the sandbags at the river. I was like, why are you in there? Wait, girl, come on out. She's like, it's hot as fuck. I was
wonder-
like,
Okay,
girl,
yeah.
I
hell
actually
no.
don't know what those symbolize. Like I've never.
Ladybugs?
Yeah. Do you know?
People say
Lady
luck.
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 Yeah.
Oh
Say
yeah,
good
that's
luck,
true. That's
yeah.
true.
Well, I've always had like a really bad luck streak, girl.
Which is ironic that you see ladybugs.
Literally. But I feel the ladybug
Maybe
luck
that's
now.
why they're trying to help
Right.
you.
Yeah, they're trying to help you out.
It's like a few thousand of us to do it, but we go for it. Honey.
Several
so
generations
much.
have been
Right.
following you around.
The advanced super
Literally.
ladybugs. They gonna help you, girl.
Oh,
Don't
I
worry
feel
about
it.
Years.
They said, "Don't worry about it.
The
I'm
luck is
gonna draw
changing.
you a ladybug now. That sounds cute. That sounds
Aw,
cute.
thanks.
Ladybug tattoo.
Yes.
That's always been a theme. Like even my family, they would put me in like ladybug hats and like ladybug shirts. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Am I in a cult? Like, with
literally
ladybugs?
cult.
Girl, I don't understand. Oh my god.
Honey.
Let's see.
I had I don't have my iPad on me, but there was somebody who just followed me, and I think it's because of you, and they were asking, is it hard to be the baddest bitch in the room?
Period. Is it?
Is it though? Is
They were
it?
asking you
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, no, for you,
Oh,
girl.
about me.
Yes. I'm like, let me.
I'm
see,
like in
let
this
me
room,
look at you.
all pissed.
That's so funny. Not is it hard to be the baddest bitch in the room.
I bet it.
I wonder who it
is,
was.
You know what? I
Yeah.
mean, there is something to unpack there because I try to never associate with what people tell me too much. Even though you can get clues about who you are based on that, you should never be like informing who you are based on that. So there's a lot of people that say things like, "Oh, you're the baddest bitch," or there's people who love to say that you have main character energy, or like, or people who take my energy the other way and they're like, "Oh, you are so like attention seeking," or like, or they say things like that.
They tell you
So,
things
yes,
like that?
people say that.
What the?
That's terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in so many ways, but someone has literally told me like, "I think you are always trying to get attention," and I'm like, "Baby, I'm just sitting here." Like,
Literally, if you want to give me your attention,
Right,
you can.
literally.
Are
I'm
you
like,
projecting? Like, what's going on?
yeah,
Literally.
very projection much. But yeah, but those things, whether good or bad, I'm always like, okay, I know that no matter what, I draw attention, and no matter what, something about my energy attracts people, which is great.
Yes.
As a starting off point of who I am as a person, you know, because once you get your natural skills in the world, that's how you sort of find your life path and you can make the biggest impact. So I think that's probably what has also pushed me towards entertainment more and more, is because wherever I go, I seem to be entertaining people.
Might as well make it my career.
Right, exactly.
Period.
But yeah, I think it's a very interesting concept.
I can't believe people tell you that shit. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is
I would literally
crazy.
pop off.
You'd be surprised some of the things I've heard, honey.
People are so judgmental
God
for like
forbid,
no
yeah.
reason.
For no reason.
I agree.
Yeah.
People love to give you opinions too when you didn't ask for it.
I'm like, that's
Did
crazy.
I ask? Right.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't believe that, because people, I don't know. I thought that, you know, nowadays people would be a little bit more understanding, a little bit more friendly about, like, you know, I don't know.
That's definitely not the
I
case in
just-
Texas.
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
true. You're right.
Texas is really.
That was going to be today's topic, so I think that's a good
Yes,
transition.
politics.
Politics.
Well, it's just because I
Texan
know
politics.
you've done a lot, like your Vice interview.
Yeah.
If y'all didn't know, like he has a Vice interview,
Yes.
and
Yeah,
it was
I've done
beautiful.
a-
I loved it. It was beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
You're very
Like I thought you were
successful.
doing great.
I was fortunate enough to have a few like pieces centered around me while these publications are trying to target what's going on in Texas and beyond with politics against drag, politics against the gays, trans people, all of those things. And I am very vocal about my political views, and I've also always been an activist. Like I feel like since
you
I was protesting back when in LA there was some big like strike thing that happened. What was it called? This was like 2014, 2013.
Oh wow!
What was it called?
I
Oh my God,
barely
it'll come to
graduated
me.
high school. That's crazy.
It'll come to me. But you know, even during that time, I felt like it was my place to stand up for injustice. Even though I wasn't directly impacted by what was going on, I was like, this still feels like something that's important that I can lend my hand to. So ever since then, and then the Black Lives Matter movement came around, and I was very into that, vocal about that, doing what I can do before COVID. And then COVID kind of refocused everything to not be about race and stuff, and then it became, now it's about just who you are presenting as. And that hit so hard for me. I'm like, baby, it took me so many years to own the skin that I'm in and to find what gave me passion for life, which is drag. You know, to find how to embrace my natural femininity. You know, drag did that for me when so many people all my life were telling me that I needed to be masculine or telling me I needed to fulfill a role as a man. So it was like, for that to sort of be thrown back in my face in the political sphere, and them literally trying to make laws to like outlaw drag, and in some places to literally say that you can't even dress like something that is outside of your assigned gender. Like, who are we as a people to be telling people
it's kind of
how to dress
regressed a
and how
little
to
bit.
express themselves? It's very regressive. I'm like, people don't really understand the impact of what's going on right now in politics. You know, they are really trying to be like, there's too many of y'all that's coming out a little too different. So we need to go back to the basics and make y'all be in a box again.
So they see that, I feel, and then they're just assuming that you're influencing younger generation, when in actuality you're just making it more comfortable for them to express themselves
whatever they want to.
And so they're taking that as like indoctrinating children, when in
Yes.
actuality you're just giving them a space and platform to do whatever they want.
And they try to approach everything from such a sexual lens, but
I
it's like
know.
they totally take out the fact that all these gay people who exist right now, they were gay children too. Like, I was gay in kindergarten. I knew that I liked boys in kindergarten. I didn't know that I was gay. I knew that I liked boys. I didn't know if I would like girls or not, but I knew they wasn't really like my thing.
We could be friends. We could be friends.
We could be cute buddies together. But, you know, so I knew that at a very young age. And at a very young age, I learned to repress my natural instincts, because I grew up in a religious household, and I grew up in inner city Chicago, which means the environment was not very inclusive for all. And, you know, it was just consistently being taught to me that I cannot be who I want to be. So the fact that our generation is finally breaking these barriers and finally being like, no, girl, you don't have to be in the bubble. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do that.
And it's coming from a place of love.
Who are still in charge, because we forgot that we have to get them out. We forgot.
We forgot.
Our generation dropped the ball in politics, but that was by their design. They made politics seem like it was very like, we don't want to listen to it, we don't want to be a part of it. And now the people who are in their 20s and 30s, who should be making the most change right now, we got a little complacent, and we started getting a little too, okay, well, they're handling the country. But no, baby, they are mishandling the country.
No, they are not. Like, literally, I feel like it's been mishandled completely, honestly. Like, it's just terrible. But you're right about, I didn't even think about that. It was by design.
Yeah, it was by design. They made us think like, oh, this is unimportant to us. It's too boring and stuffy, and they just talk bull crap, and we disagree. So whatever, ignore it. It's like, we cannot ignore it, because they still are in charge. They're still making the rules, you know, that affect like real lives. That's what people have to realize. It's like, you don't really see it until it's knocking at your door, but it's like, you got to see it before then. You got to see why the Black Lives Matter movement started, why you know these movements keep happening over and over. It's because there's still so much injustice in so many ways in which we haven't pushed enough to be free of the constraints of America, you know.
Yes, ma'am.
I love hearing you talk about this.
I
I can
digress.
listen to I can listen to you all day. It's beautiful.
So annoying though. I'm like,
It is annoying. And it's also because I feel
Yes.
like America really doesn't want to try and educate the younger people like us about politics. They don't want to educate us on what articles, sections mean. You know, they don't want to tell us, oh, well, there's multiple ways that you can vote. Like, there's different times, different things you can vote on. There's bills, laws. Like, I still to this day don't even know what the difference is. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. School of Rock did not work for me. Like, I don't understand that shit. There's this fucking paper talking about being a bill, and I'm like, I don't fucking get it. I just still don't get it, girl.
You know, and that's crazy. It's like, we should have had TV shows back in the day, like cartoons and stuff, that would be like, making it fun for us, you know, being like, this is what it is. We should have had cartoons and stuff explaining taxes and explaining credit and things like that, because there's so many
I could have
things
used
that
it.
consistently across the board, there's people who are our age who just don't know how to do that stuff.
I'm barely getting my finances in check, and I'm like 27. So
Honey.
what was happening like all those other
Right.
years?
And the older generation loves to blame us for being us.
Yeah,
for
I
being
noticed that.
marshmallows and,
I noticed
or
that,
what do
yeah.
they call us? Wildflowers? Not wildflowers.
Snowflakes.
There we
Snowflakes.
go.
Yeah. Wildflowers.
I would have preferred
I'm-
wildflower.
Yeah, literally that.
I
I
would've
would've
preferred that.
Marshmallows at first. I was like, girl, like, something soft. But I'm like, y'all call us that, but like, y'all didn't prepare us for anything. I want better for the next generation. That's why
Yes.
I'm fighting so hard. I'm like,
Yes.
at the end of the day, I don't care. I'm not scared about anything. People always ask, are you scared to like go to protests and things like that? No.
No.
Because I know that my ancestors were doing the same thing, because they realized that this is not just for me. This is for everybody below me. Everybody coming after, we want them to inherit better. So I'm not
Yes.
scared, because whatever happens to me, the people below me better take that as a sign he died for this. So
Yes,
what are
ma'am.
we doing?
What are we doing?
Yeah.
And that's amazing, though, that you have so much tenacity that even the off chance that you might die during a protest,
God
that
forbid.
doesn't, that, yeah, God forbid, but that doesn't deter you
Yeah.
from going and going forward.
I mean,
And
That's how
A
hard
martyr
it
is
is.
a martyr for a reason.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
like, at the end of the day,
love
some
that.
things have to happen for certain things to be put in place.
That's beautiful that you made peace with that. But
Yeah.
it's so sad that you have to take it to that degree.
it is so
But
sad.
it's a very real, it's a
It's
very real
reality.
possibility.
Reality.
So
Even just going outside in America, me and my friends were talking about this today. Even just going outside, it feels like it's gonna be a fucking trek.
It's a risk.
Am I gonna make it home? You know, like that's crazy. I can't believe that our
Texas is crazy right now.
yes,
that's why I tell my
ma'am.
mother I love her every day.
Period.
Because I used to be a little bit weird about outward emotions like that, because that's how I grew up. My family
still
was very
same.
kind of like
Yeah, same.
love from
Yeah.
a distance.
I'm fond of you.
Right.
I tell him I
But,
hate
so
him.
I'm like, I had to break down that wall so I can be more vulnerable, and so I could make sure that I tell the people who I care about, I do care about you, just so you know. Don't get it twisted, I care about you. Because you never know
Yes.
what could happen. Just like when I was in that car accident a couple of weeks ago.
Oh,
I didn't even know that.
It just really, like, my whole life flashed before my eyes, because I was like, oh my God, like, your life could be over like that. So many people
So
die in car
quick.
accidents.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes, yes.
I'm
And it
very-
happens so
I tell people
fast.
that all the time.
Honey,
Yes,
yeah, it's
ma'am.
crazy.
I'm very familiar. That shit is just like, and that, I don't know. But Texas, though, they literally like to put other people's lives in their own hands. Like, and like, for what reason?
Right.
Because I cut you off? Like, I even wave. I'm like, I wave, you know, I'm a nice driver. So don't pull your gun out on me.
Honey,
Like,
it is
it's
so
so
true
hilarious.
though. Texas has some horrible drivers. I ain't gonna lie. I lived in a lot of places,
But
but
Texas,
Really?
you're all
they
like-
literally, my major one pet peeve with drivers here is they will literally put their signal on and 1 second later get over.
Yeah.
They said, you didn't see the signal, girl? It was on.
He said no.
I just be like, do you know if I didn't stop?
Damn,
what
that's
happened?
me.
Literally.
That was to be me. My
So
bad.
I
I never said I was a good driver. I never claimed that.
A driver,
He barely
not
drives.
A driver.
We don't let him drive.
I don't really drive like that, but even when I'm driving with other people, I witness it, and I'm just like, what are you thinking?
Girl.
Where did you grow up?
Okay, everybody brakes ain't good.
Period. Where did you grow up in, Key?
Chicago.
Oh yeah, you said that. My bad. Are they
Yeah.
good drivers?
I feel like Chicago drivers are good drivers. I saw
Mm-hmm.
very few. Well, I was in a few car accidents, but they were never like on the highways or anything.
Oh,
the highways
okay.
were always very clear. There's a specific rush hour that lasts about 2
Yeah.
hours, but then other than that, it's not a lot of.
There's an accident here every day.
Literally,
Literally
and
every
on
day.
the
Pass an
highway.
accident every day, or a car that stopped on the middle of the road.
Yes, ma'am. For why? What happened?
Literally.
I know it's
that.
110 though outside right now. Like,
Is
oof,
overheating.
Girl.
But yeah.
those poor cars.
Let's see.
So then, since you have been so many places, do you think that you can see the difference between like the gay communities over there versus over here in Texas?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I do think that, you know, in, let's see, well, in LA, when I went to college, that area, I would say the gay scene is very vibrant, obviously. WeHo area and stuff like that. It just feels like you can be comfortable and be gay. all around LA, I always felt like that. I never felt like I really had to like hide anything.
That's good.
In Chicago, I did feel like I had to hide things. Like I felt like I naturally walking around the street, I had to have an air of masculinity to me because you never know who's gonna come out the woodwork and try to challenge you. You know, Chicago's very that.
Yeah.
So unless you're in like Boys Town, you can add a little bit of flair to you, but it still is like you should be on edge a little bit.
Okay, I see. Wow.
I lived in Iowa City, Iowa for a while, and there I felt comfortable. Iowa in general is a very kind, communal kind of place, but me and my friends did get like gay bashed once. I don't like to use the word gay bash because it became like a brawl and we were all fighting each other, but it was meant to be a gay bash.
Literally
I just don't
a
think
bash.
they expected the gays to like bash back. So,
They never do.
so right.
They never do.
So I'm like, baby, are we fighting? Oh, we fighting. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, it was very triggering, but I
Literally
was
that.
like, it was like a bunch of men in like
my
Blackhawks jerseys because it was some like hockey game that they were all watching, and they started antagonizing us walking down the street.
Not the
'cause
hockey.
We were like frolicking down the street, like being gay. Like we had just left. Like I think it was some drag race girl was at the club, and we were all just like drunk, like moseying down the street, and then this one dude is just like, "What are you faggots doing here?" And my friend turns around and goes, "What'd you say?" So I'm like, "Everybody keep walking." So because I was gonna ignore it, so most of us kept walking except my one friend.
Oh my God.
And then my one friend's like, "What'd you say? What'd you say?"
Not the one
And
friend.
then like, I was like, he was like, "Y'all gay or something?" And then my friend just goes, and then all of a sudden they came out of nowhere. We didn't even know where they came from because we saw like 3 of them. But
Out the
then,
bushes.
literally, it was like 10 of them like manifested. We're like, okay, this is a fight, y'all.
Wow.
Damn.
But yeah.
That's so scary. You don't know who's
Yeah.
gonna pull out what.
That is scary.
But there was also people who like stopped, which is why like that instance was not like reflective of the rest of Iowa because when that was happening, there was more people who stopped on the street and who are like asking us like, "Are y'all okay? Are y'all okay?" Like ready to jump in and like fight these dudes because
yeah.
all they saw was like we seemed like we shouldn't be fighting. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
I love that.
like, all these gays just making weird sounds and like throwing things. Like,
I'm dead. It must have been quite a scene.
right, literally. But,
Wow.
that is such a fond memory that I have. But
Fond memory.
So beautiful.
but it's so ridiculous. The thought of it is so ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
But in Texas, compared to all of that, I think that the gay scene is very like. I don't ever feel like I have to hide anything here. I walk around in drag all the time, no matter what time of day it is, no matter what part of the city it is, or in what part of this whole state I'm in. I've been in literally like Del Rio walking around in drag. So
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Come on, Del Rio.
I probably should think more about those kind of things, but it's also like, who gonna try me? Who gonna check
There's
me?
something.
Yeah.
Literally that.
Look at me.
Erica,
Look at
Erica Badu said that people in Texas mind their business.
That's what it is. I think that's what it is.
They mind their business.
They do. That's like Southern hospitality kind
Yeah.
of.
The
Honestly.
most I get is people like if people talk to me like when I'm just like walking around, it's to give a compliment. They're like, "Oh, I love your makeup," or "Oh, you look so pretty," you know, stuff like that. So thank you, and then we
I
keep
do.
it pushing. But I mostly never get negative things thrown my way. So,
okay.
which is why it always surprises me when there's like even like at the Tobin Center yesterday, we did an event there. It was their first like actual Pride event with
saw
drag queens and stuff.
that.
It was a big deal.
Good for
But on
them.
their social media, all of their social medias, every time they were like boosting the post and talking about it, there'd be people under there talking about how could you do this? Why are you supporting the gays? You're trying to do like going off about it in every like platform. People are talking like that.
because
and
they
I'm
feel
just like,
protected.
where are these people?
Yeah.
Because y'all are not bold enough to say that in real
To
life.
my
Like,
face.
right.
Yeah, literally.
This should be amazing.
That
for
brings
you.
up a memory for me when me and my boyfriend were hanging out over there by Brass,
Mm.
and literally a car like stopped and called us jotos and then drove off real quick. And I'm all like, "What the heck?
Scared.
Like, yeah, why y'all so
People
scared?
fucking
Literally
scared.
that.
Fucking come up to me and
Because
say
the
it to my
gays clap
face.
back these days.
We do be clapping."
Yeah. The
That's so
hell?
crazy to me. It's just like imagine people doing something that uplifts a community and you being mad about that.
That's
Yeah.
It's just like take it
crazy.
to the basics. Every time somebody has an argument against something, I'm like, okay, well, what is the root of this argument? Because what are you really mad at? what do you really think is going on with the gays?
For what? For what?
Really?
Because, honey, nothing that we doing, if you're not gay and you don't want to be a part of it, you don't have to be.
Yes,
It's not like
ma'am.
it's really being choked down your throat.
Yeah.
Heterosexuality is choked down your throat, honey.
Yes,
I've
ma'am.
experienced it. You know what I mean? Like as a gay person,
Literally.
like, literally
We all know
that.
what that feels like. We not walking around being like, you should be gay today.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
I
You
don't
have a
know.
choice.
Merlin's kind of like that with me.
You
He's
should
all,
try
you
women
could
out.
be like a lesbian or whatever. I'm like,
If you really hate these men.
why are you trying to make me one?
I do.
It'll come later.
What's his name? My boss.
Oh, yeah.
He do be pushing on some dudes, honestly.
Oh, honey.
All the time.
He do
all
be
the
pushing
time.
on some straight men, and then it makes him
Witnessed.
uncomfortable, and then I don't see him for a couple shifts.
He's a boomer, so
True.
I'm like, all boomers are like that.
T. Feel free to cancel them.
The main people mad about cancel culture are the main people affected by it. So
Yeah, period.
it's like, but y'all the ones be not atoning for your sins.
Yeah, period.
Really?
Honey.
See, I think that also, I feel like maybe also because you are technically like your sex is or your gender is a man, like you were biologically a male and you like can mask as a female. Is that correct? I don't know.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
okay, cool. So I feel like people are kind of scared, honestly, to confront men just generally because as a woman,
That's true.
I feel like people will come up to me left and right and, you know, they'll be insulting me, but they'll have a smile on their face while they do it. And they'll do the same thing with, like, my friends that are lesbians, too. They'll be like, oh, so you like to fucking eat her pussy or what?
Oh my god.
And, like, they'll
Jeez
just
Louise.
fucking,
I've
yeah.
witnessed that
So
before.
vulgar.
They'll
I've
just
witnessed
say
before,
that
yeah.
shit in front of, like, all of these motherfucking people. And I'm like, why are you talking to us like that? Like, that is just so crazy. Like, you won't ever see them going up to Angel and Merlin being like, you like to gobble on his dick or what?
Right,
Like,
right.
the fuck, like, no.
Lord have mercy.
Literally that. Like, I can't, I'm literally baffled by people who are like, you know,
Yeah.
they will talk to you in a certain way.
They like
true.
over sexualize us for
Yes,
some reason.
and, but like
Yes.
you have a good point in that I always recognize my privilege as a person who kind of cosplays as a woman.
Okay.
I experience half of what women experience. Like I always talk about how walking down the street, I do get a lot of propositions, men who will literally stop their cars and be
God.
like, hey ma, what's up?
Literally.
And I'm like, oh, I'm not that kind of girl. And they like, I know what kind of girl you are. You know, that is the number one response that I hear.
I ain't a girl.
Because I try to be very straightforward because, honey, trans people be
First
dying
of all.
here.
For
and
real.
I need to make sure if you approaching me, you need to know who you're talking to first of all.
Yes.
Because I'm not doing anything that you don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also like men really think, oh, I could just put you in my car right now and do what I want.
Yeah,
Right.
yes, yes.
They really think
girl.
that.
Oh, yes.
And I've experienced men who get mad if I like reject them. And I'm like, this is why women are always talking about like they can't do anything without being harassed. It's like you
Yes.
walk around with a smile, it's an invitation. You
Yeah.
walk around with a frown, it's an invitation for them to say you should have a smile.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, don't talk to me about that shit.
so I definitely know like how that goes down, and that's why
I feel it.
and a lot of people don't understand this, but I have a lot of straight male friends.
Yes.
And a lot of my straight male friends learn a lot from me. And it's because
Good.
I'm real strict on how you treat women.
Good.
I don't,
As you should be.
I don't F with a lot of men who feel like they could just say or do women however and emotionally abuse them and not be accountable for what they're doing or how they're being, how they're coming off in relationships. That's not cute. And you're too old for that. You
Yes.
should know how to treat a woman, period.
Period.
Any woman.
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
femininity is so disrespected in our
I
world
agree.
right now.
I agree.
And not until femininity can be seen as the powerful counterpart to masculinity will we actually be free of all the bullshit.
Okay.
So I'm like, y'all really need to learn how to unpack all of the toxicity that was ingrained into you
Yes.
as little boys. Because it wasn't until me
Yes.
and becoming a drag queen too that I learned a lot about the struggle of what women actually go through, because I thought I did, but I was still like a gay boy who you know, I'm a man and I'm gonna be a man, and I said some problematic things to a lot of women. So the women used to educate me. My mother, my aunts used to educate me, and then me doing drag definitely educated me. So I'm like, okay, now I have the repertoire to be able to be like, this is exactly what that is, and we're not gonna do that to the girls over here, you know.
Wow,
So,
yes,
As you should.
good.
Right, girl,
I lie to women too.
You got
I
to.
love that.
Yes,
I love
no,
it.
thank you.
gotta protect our sisters.
Yes, ma'am.
That's right.
Like,
That's right.
men need to get more in touch with their femininity, because then they're able to connect so much more with just anybody and everybody, you know. Even with men, I feel like just because I have more of a feminine like energy, they're more inclined to talk to me about, you know, stuff that's sensitive to them, things that make them feel vulnerable, you know
Trauma
what I mean?
dumping and shit.
Girl,
Okay.
I dealt with that just now. Like,
Honey,
oh my god, that's why I said what I said
Period.
about fuck these guys.
Honey.
I swear.
A lot of dudes do be trauma dumping on her, like for no
you.
reason.
Because
They're
you
looking
have
for
that
a mama.
open-
They're looking for a
Honey, I was about
mama.
to say you got that open empress energy.
Come on.
They looking for you to nurture them.
Hell no.
But that's why heart chakra's on the table. All of us have that problem.
Yes, ma'am.
I do
yes,
feel
ma'am.
that.
You're very
Me and
right.
my best friend are always talking about how there's so many people who just like kind of latch on to us with us, not even really knowing them that well, but they kind of latch on to us because we have such an open energy that's willing to hear, that's willing to understand, that's willing to help, you know. And I have had such problems over time, but I think I'm getting a little bit better now about cutting people off, throwing people's baggage off of my shoulders.
Literally that.
Not taking on every problem, not allowing people to find me available at any time. You know, it's just certain things that really felt against my character, but that is how you have to protect yourself when you have that kind of energy, you know, because there's so many people that are just looking for somebody in life to show them the way or to help them out, you know. And if you have that natural open energy, you'll attract every single one of them.
Yes,
Literally
ma'am.
that.
Yes.
And then they're not
That's
giving you
beautiful.
anything.
I love
but
that.
every relationship should be reciprocal. And yeah, so just be careful with your heart.
Yeah.
Be careful with letting people in and then them
Oh, I
not
know,
leaving, girl.
They can open their heart up to me as much as they want, though. You know, I'm a very accepting, non-judgmental person, and I will always try to be like so unbiased to whatever you want to tell me. You know, like I'm okay. Like, please open up, but don't expect me to also, you know, give you something back, especially if I don't feel like you're ready for that. If I don't feel like this is something, like, my trauma is my trauma, you know, like, this isn't something that I think everybody should be able to handle.
Right.
It's definitely not something anybody could, I think, handle at my particular age, or anybody younger than me, especially a male who is like very set in their masculine, heteronormative, honestly, ways.
Yeah, so much to unpack with the heteros.
Yes.
God
Go
bless
ahead,
them.
unpack, girl.
God bless them.
I'll get the box cut up for you.
Okay, honey,
Open it up, girl.
not the box cutter.
I don't know.
Do we have any more questions for King? I wanted to call you Queen for a second.
That's okay. People call me ma'am out of, like, when I'm like this, so many people call me ma'am, especially at work.
Oh, really?
When I'm at restaurants, people are
What
always
the-
like, excuse me, ma'am. And I'm like, do I always look like a woman? or what?
You all like have to double check.
Literally, I'm like, is there a weird?
Oh, did I leave that on?
Okay, I can swear.
Did I put my
How does that work with your identity? Like your
Honey, identity crisis up the wazoo.
Oh.
Well, not
Really?
now. Now I'm comfortable.
Okay.
But drag, something that I love to say because people don't talk about it enough is you can lose yourself in drag so easily. There's so many people who I've met. There's a lot of trans people that I've met who could not explain to me what the difference between them as a trans person was versus their drag persona. And having those kind of conversations also helped me understand I was not trans and I did not want to be a woman. I wanted to wake up and be masculine in my own way,
be your
Right.
own
you know.
person.
But I also wanted to have, you know, the details, the touches, you know, or whatever it was. But there's just so many people who don't do that kind of thought process when they start drag. And they get lost in, I get a lot of attention when I'm in drag. People validate me a lot when I'm in drag. I look beautiful. I can captivate an audience. You know, the superficial things start to outweigh the deep emotional level with some people.
Oh, okay.
So I'm always like trying to educate the children coming up in the scene. I'm always like, well, make sure, especially when I hear them talk about getting plastic surgery already, or, you know, getting boobs, getting lips, getting all of these things done, that they see the other beautiful trans women of San Antonio, because they are beautiful.
They're gorgeous.
But when some people see that, they think, I want to be that and I'm going to be that, without really knowing, okay, but baby, do you actually want to live like that on a day-to-day basis, or are you just trying to enhance that to put on a show? Or, you know, there's a lot that goes into it too, and building
That's so
your identity.
deep. That's crazy.
You know, there's girls who will cut off their eyebrows and walk around like that all the time, but they don't have natural confidence when they are in their non-drag form, but they paint them eyebrows on and then they get the guiche and then they're in it. And I'm like, baby, that's the problem. You drag should enhance the power that you already have.
Yes,
Ooh, I love
So if you are doing things to alter your natural self, when you wake up and look in the mirror, do you like what you see? Because a lot of them don't be liking what they see, and you can tell because they don't walk around naturally confident. They don't walk around naturally in their own power. They have a lot of insecurities. They're doing dangerous behaviors because they're relying on people who they think they need in their life. You know, there's just so many stories that are going through my head right now of people who have told me different things as drag entertainers, that I'm just like, all of that boils down to you not loving who you are at your core. And you're allowing drag to fill in the blanks. So
Wow.
I didn't even think that was a thing. That's
it's
crazy.
deep, girl.
Yeah.
Deep.
It's
I
kind
love
of like
that. I
acting
love that.
too.
We need one of those videos like the drag iceberg.
I literally, the drag iceberg. It goes
Right.
deeper than you think.
Deep.
That's
Oh my
crazy.
goodness. So then you feel like you're very stable then in your own
No.
personality, and okay, that's
No.
good. No.
What was that journey like for you?
It was a lot of, because for a while, like I said, growing up feminine, but like having to suppress it, my instinct kept telling me, you can be more boyish, you can be more masculine, you need to be aware of how you're presenting your femininity to people. College kind of let me branch out a lot because I was away from home for the first time, not the first time, but for the first extended time. I was away from home and I was around different people who really didn't know me. I could build my own personality there. But then for holidays like Christmas break, summer, I would go back home and I would feel stifled again.
That's how I felt.
Yeah. So it was like, how can you loosen this chokehold? And I slowly had to like go through the motions of, okay, I need to start with my family. I had an outburst one Thanksgiving and I was like, I'm gay.
Not
All y'all need to deal with it.
Thanksgiving.
I'm gay. Stop talking about gay people because I'm gay. You know, and I
Damn.
really went off on some family members about that. I went off on my grandma. Not went off, but I told my grandma because she was a big part of my coming out story.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go into that right now.
It's okay.
But she apologized to me like a Thanksgiving after that Thanksgiving, and she was saying like, because I told her, I was like, you know, the words you said to me really hurt because you're one of the people that I looked up to the most. So you automatically rejecting me and telling me that I could not be who I knew I was sent me through a loop. And she really apologized. She told me how much she loved me no matter what, and she was sorry, you know. And it was just one of those moments that made me realize, okay, like if I can do that with the people closest to me, I should be able to do that with anybody else in the world. So me being in drag and feeling like, okay, I'm king always. When I'm queen, that is the part of my femininity that should be the most respected. She should walk down the street like she doesn't have any fear. She is the most beautiful. She is talented. She can, because, you know, femininity is very receptive. So when I'm queen form, people tell me the number one compliment, if I could toot my own horn, I love when I hear it, and it never gets old. The number one compliment I hear is, you are beautiful. And I feel like beautiful is such a strong word. It's not a word that just has one meaning. It's a word that implies there's a depth to it.
Aphrodite herself.
Period. And that's my goddess,
Yes.
honey.
Is it?
But I love
that.
Aphrodite, yes. But you know, so when I hear that as queen, I know, okay, you're still on the money, girl. You're still doing what you need to do. Because that's how I see my feminine self. You are beautiful no matter all of the things that try to tell you that you were wrong, you know. She is untouched and she is unafraid. She is Cleopatra. She is gonna stand tall, you know. So even when I'm like king and like I sort of lack that strength sometimes, I'm like, but also you're queen, and you can always lean on queen to remind you. People think you're beautiful, baby.
Yes.
Own that. You are beautiful. You can get through anything. You can overcome. You know, it becomes a cycle of affirmations. But I want that for everybody. I want everybody to be able to feel like I can feel the beauty resonating or emanating from within me
Yes.
outwardly.
Yes.
Because that's what people really see when they call you beautiful. They're noticing, like, I feel like I could do that too. So I'm
Yeah.
attracted to that light that brings. But it's like, it's because you could see it. That's why usually when people say, I just smile, like, oh,
Yeah.
thank you. You're real cute. 'Cause I'm like, I'm connecting with something inside you at that moment.
Yes.
But yeah, love inner child stuff. I love connecting with people's inner child. I realize I have a gift for that too.
Really?
Yeah, I naturally kind of can see people at their like babyest form, not babyest, but like, you know,
Yes.
still growing and learning, their cutesy self. That's the part that I love the most about people, and those are the friends that I make the most. Some people have real dark children in them.
Yeah.
That's
You're
not their
gonna
fault,
say
but
no.
you know, it's just like I try to give them as much energy too, but then they be, look, that thing just reminded me of that little.
Yeah, literally.
Axolotl.
Some people's inner child be sitting there like this, you know.
Man.
But
gonna
you
give it a
know,
break.
I just want all of us to be able to have that energetic exchange and be able to grow and learn from each other and be able to share our light, because that's just gonna breed more and more and more of that.
Yes.
But,
That's a beautiful goal.
Okay,
That's what
right.
definitely we're trying to build here, at least on this podcast.
Okay,
like,
look,
Yes.
Yes, for sure.
and this is just the beginning.
This is
Yeah.
just literally, this is our
Episode 2.
5th episode.
Fifth?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you only had 2. I was the first guest.
You're our first guest.
You
You
Yes.
are, yes.
So, yeah, we had to have you on here, honestly. We were supposed to have another one, but they fell through, and that's okay. But I'm happy that we have you. Like,
Yes.
we really wanted Pride Month to be, like, about y'all talking. You know what I mean? People who are
Yes.
existing. Like, I can only say so much because I'm very, like, masculine forward. So I really wanted somebody who is in there. You know what I mean? Especially with your background.
Honey.
Yeah.
Yes.
You've done a lot.
Crazy.
Like literally,
It's crazy.
I graduated high school and you're at protests. You know what I'm saying? So like that's
Yeah.
crazy. Like I wasn't even out of the closet. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I mean, hey, different times for different people.
Yes.
I still feel like I'm a late bloomer. I feel like I'm just getting started.
I feel like that's pretty common for
Yeah.
the gay community. You know what I mean? Like late
we
blooming.
have to be such late bloomers. That's why I hate that for us. I'm like, girl, when my children grow up, if they know when they're 12, I want to be out and proud, do that.
Go
baby.
ahead. Yes. Yes.
And then you guide your. I think people also believe like when a child is like gay or in the spectrum of LGBTs, they think automatically their whole life has to change. They're going to start being a sexual deviant, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's like that doesn't stop you from parenting a good child. That doesn't
Literally.
stop you from or raising, you know, a good child. It doesn't stop a connection from happening. It doesn't stop a bond from forming.
Yeah.
And it's just so many backwards ideas that some of these people have, and they're willing to put that on their children and make them be 30 years old and finally realizing who they are and who they want to be in the world. That's
That.
crazy.
I hate
Yeah.
that. Absolutely.
Sucks.
Like let people be who they want to be. You
And
know?
just guide them gently in a direction that might be better if you see them going down the wrong path. It's
Yes.
like that's what you're there for ultimately.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Be a guide. Be a guide.
That's what you're there for as a parent. But I feel like our generation before us just had children and have children. Like they didn't actually go into it reading any kind of books or like being kind of any kind of educated about children is what I've noticed. And even then, like I was just a teacher not too long ago, and I even noticed it with this generation, especially like I worked at a underprivileged school or like a last chance school is what they called it. And a lot of those kids are like very much in the same kind of energy that I was as a child. So
Yeah.
it's just ignorance. You know what I mean?
It
Yeah.
is.
So
Very much so. And especially, I mean, not especially, but I think that honestly, America has made really big strides, especially for the LGBTQIA community. And if you look at other places in the world, there are so many people that are just so awful towards people of like, even people of color, people of, you know, sex and gender and sexual orientation. Like why is that everybody else's opinion? And like, why do people feel so self-important to impose those kinds of ideals on people that they don't even know, you know? Have you ever had somebody like that you don't even know try to,
Girl, of course.
all the time.
Of course.
Some people are just determined to be ignorant, and some people are determined to not let their demons come out. You know, I find that the most, especially when men like attack me verbally or sometimes get in my space about me just existing and being a person who's just here trying to have a good time. It's happened more times than I can count in my life. But it's like I always recognize, okay, baby, it's because you are offended that somebody has the nerve to be exactly who they want to be in this space. It's never one of those times where I'm like coming on to somebody or I'm in somebody's space or I happen to bump into a big dude who never want to be touched by a gay. It's not something dramatic like that. It's something like I'm dancing somewhere, minding my business. It's something like I'm standing I've literally had somebody approach me on the bus stop in Chicago. I'm on the bus stop waiting to take my ass home.
Yeah.
And you felt the need to come up to me and harass me because you felt like I was standing too gay.
Oh my, standing too gay. You look gay. You literally.
Right, literally. It's like stuff like that.
Because I am gay. What are you going to do? What now?
But see, stuff like that is so terrifying when you're like younger because it's like, okay,
it's the first time
trying to attack me right now. Like, are they gonna do something to me, or do I need to run for my life? Because you never know. Me and my ex-boyfriend in high school got paintballed on the bus stop. Just like
that's
pretty
terrible.
Close, but
That is so fucked up.
we were just like talking and kicking it up with each other. And next thing we know, it felt like bullets to me because I was like,
it might as well.
literally, I thought we were
It
dying,
hurts.
so I was
It hurts.
screaming
It's all
loud.
exploding on you and shit.
They really hurt.
They hurt.
Bro.
Give you
But-
welts.
Yeah, really?
Oh my God.
And we
That's
were like
so
in our
abusive.
uniforms,
What the
so
hell?
Our uniforms were ruined. It was a mess.
That makes me so
But it's
mad.
just like stuff like that. For what? People breed these ideas in children, and they grow up thinking it's okay to persecute these people for trying to be different or for doing something that is just natural to them.
It brings out the worst in humanity for
It's
sure.
crazy. But you're right in saying America has made strides compared to a lot of other
I
places.
agree. I agree.
You could still go to jail or be killed in some places
Yes.
for being openly gay.
That's true.
So I know that, but it's also like just because we are the leaders of that, do we need to stop? Do we need to say
No.
that's it?
We can.
There's
Give
also
up the box.
Canada
Like,
doing
no,
better
we
than us.
can't.
You know
Canada
what I'm
always
saying?
does that.
Yeah.
Always, girl.
They're like
They
our
love
younger
us for a
sibling that's
reason.
like that's better than us.
Honey.
Well, they only got one season to really worry about,
True,
okay?
true.
So
True. They have a good control over some things.
yeah,
but-
yeah, you know. Wow.
But yeah, America has potential. That's why I love it, though. That's why I fight for real. Because I'm like, America has potential.
It does.
I have another
I agree.
question then.
Yeah.
What about people who want to educate themselves? Have you ever had people who come up to you just naturally curious about who you are and like how you identify, and they actually genuinely want to know a little bit more about the community?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people who like, well, I feel like the way that comes out most of the time is someone will ask, oh, where do you go to like perform, or where do you go to like be around like a lot of black people ask me too, like where do you go to be around like black people, like stuff like that. So
That's important.
yeah,
is important,
black queer people,
community.
there's a lot of black queer people in San Antonio actually.
Yes.
But yeah, we just had that event yesterday, Black and Queer AF.
I love that.
But people genuinely don't know where to go to feel like this is a safe space for me. So it starts there. I feel like a lot of people do ask about like how I came to be or what I'm doing with myself, but it's ultimately like they need to find a space. They want to know, because that's the best way to learn too when you're around it. It's just like ballroom culture, you know. Ballroom culture is a subset of the gays, but so many gays don't know ballroom culture when ballroom is really based on come as you are.
Okay.
They have categories that you fill, but there's so many categories and you can fill it any way you like, you know? So it's a thing that the community started because it was showing each and every person just do
Doing
you.
Doing
their
their
best.
thing.
Yes.
Doing you is gonna get your tens. Doing something whack that you trying to imitate somebody else, it's a chop, you know?
Ooh,
So I
okay.
feel like a lot of new people to the scene or people who are curious, I feel like the best thing to do is go immerse yourself in it. Go to a ball, go to the gay scene, go to a drag show. You know, these things are the things that tell you how the culture is and how the people are, and then you get a genuine understanding. Because I could tell you so much and I could tell you my story, but that means you have one opinion, and I better not hear you ever say, well, my one black drag queen friend said, you know.
Not that.
It should be, I know the community.
Yes.
I go support the community, and that's why I can articulate it this way, or that's why I'm going to take up for them in this way. You know, it should be an exchange. Ideally, America should work like that. It should be
Yes.
like we accept all the sexualities, we accept all the races and cultures,
Yes.
and whenever you want to experience that, feel free. It's a melting pot. You should be able to go and experience that. You should be able to go and
Yes.
see how they act over there with the blacks, over there with the whites, over there in Texas, over there in Cali. You should be able to see the differences and be able to absorb it. People should welcome you in to absorb it. You know, you should be able to go to the gay clubs as a completely straight man and feel fine and be like, all right, the gays do get down.
And they
Ideally,
do.
that's what America should be
They do, though.
working towards. Because it's not about us convincing each other to do one thing or the other.
Yeah.
It's about us just
Living
being
your
open,
life, yes.
living your life, experiencing as much as you can.
Girl.
Because you only got one baby. So what you gonna do with it? You gonna sit there and
Yes.
complain about everybody else, or try to keep things under wraps, or try to keep things a certain way because it was like that 100 years ago?
Why?
For what? For whom?
Yes, exactly.
'Cause
Yes,
it ain't for you.
ma'am. Yes.
Right.
Ma'am.
Honey.
Tell them.
Honey. But yeah.
That's
Girl,
honestly.
high thoughts. Went on some tangents.
I love it. I love it though.
Yes.
Go off.
It's the CBD.
Hi, Moxie.
It's the CBD. It's CBD.
Okay.
It's
I
a
love
CBD. Stop,
My
girl.
favorite place.
The concentration is coming. It's
Honey.
coming in.
I see a comment. What's the comment saying?
It's Moxie.
Hey,
Preach.
Moxalicious.
Not
Hey,
even
Moxie.
dragon. It's odd. Moxalicious. Are they coming over? Are they coming over
Next week.
Okay, nice. Moxalicious. Beautiful, wonderful Moxalicious.
Yes, I love that name.
Yeah, Moxie. Actually.
They're Moxie.
Yeah.
I call her Moxalicious.
Moxalicious, yeah,
I love that. Moxalicious.
Yes.
Let's see. What's another good like comment that you can give us?
Is there anything that you are planning for?
Yeah.
For like protesting or parade wise, maybe?
Yeah.
June
Well,
isn't
I do
over
have a lot
yet.
of shows coming up, including this Saturday at Pegasus.
Ooh,
My show happens almost at the same time as the night parade, though, which is kind of annoying. It's at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
The
okay.
parade starts at 9, I think. But I'm using a lot of these platforms where bigger audiences are. I'm gonna be
Yes.
putting some political things in my numbers.
It's
If,
okay.
like,
Please,
yeah,
yes.
Please.
I am one of the only queens, unfortunately,
They just don't
Who
want to
is-
get wrapped up in it.
who is comfortable enough to be very into activism
I
and
love
very
that.
into my numbers can have a meaning to it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a certain amount of expectation for me to do that, but it's also like I do naturally want to do that.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, the best way that I can educate people and the best way to change people's minds is through entertainment and
Yes.
through them letting their guard down and really resonating with somebody.
Yes,
So the best way I can do that during this season to help our community is to put it in my numbers.
Wow. That's
So,
awesome.
yeah.
That's so amazing. That is so cool, though.
Come on, Saturday, Pegasus.
I
Okay,
can't
let's
wait.
get it,
Yes.
y'all.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Because I can't wait for that time slot to roll around because right after I'm going to get drunk.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. You deserve it.
Like,
You
honey,
deserve it.
My show is over. Boom.
Bye.
I gotta go. I'm at the club. I might as well.
Black-
Even though I didn't have another show on Sunday, so maybe I can get too drunk. Now that I think about it. It is a brunch.
Oh, not the brunch.
Ooh,
Yes,
brunch.
honey.
Oh my
At summer
goodness.
camp, if y'all want to come to that, it's from 12 to 3 on a Sunday.
12 to 3 heard.
Yeah, but
down.
it's at.
I'm
they
off
have
on
some good
Sundays.
Stuff. Yes, you should come. It's cute. It's the first time doing a show too. So.
Oh wow, yeah. I've never been to summer camp, but I've heard it's
Yes.
very nice.
Me too.
Very good. Ooh, I'm excited. I'm excited for all of the happenings, especially for June,
Yes.
obviously.
Honey, it's been so gay. this
Yes,
month. So
I'm-
gay.
I'm gonna say some blasphemy. I've never been to the parade,
Any parade, any gay pride parade, or
any gay pride parade.
Me
I
neither.
know.
Me as a gay
It's
person.
always because I
That's
was
crazy.
always working, and
Yeah.
then they would always try to give me like,
well, I've been to a couple of the biggest, like Chicago, LA, but
LA.
I think that y'all would be. I mean, y'all are a little not as socially butterphilic as me, but,
Not that really, honestly.
I try.
but I think you might be overwhelmed initially because last year it was so many people. I was like, do all these people live here? All these people gay? Because it was so many people. It was packed.
Really?
Yeah. So San
That's a
Antonio's
good
pride
thing.
has grown a lot even
That's
since I've been here.
awesome.
So this year I imagine it'll be even more people.
Especially since COVID's over now. Well, over, but
Yeah.
wow. Ooh.
Yeah, so
Biden
just be
said-
prepared for a lot of bodies.
I'm down. I'm ready.
Prepared for a
Body
lot
oddies.
of overwhelming energy around.
Okay.
But other than that, stay hydrated, stay drinking, or
Stay
Yeah.
drinking. Yes.
drinking.
Good advice. Good advice.
And be
You're right.
naked because it's gonna be 100 degrees. So that
Ooh.
is, or if anybody say anything, it's hot outside. What do you mean? This is a normal outfit.
Yeah, period. And what?
Because I'm be naked.
Yeah. Yes, girl.
I really want to know about your like spirituality and where that fits in as like a gay person.
Who's gay? Imagine.
What did you
This
say
whole
to me?
time.
I'm like, what? This is not the podcast I signed up for.
Wait a second.
I think that was also a journey for me. My family, like I said, was very religious, very Christian.
Same.
So growing up, I didn't think that there was a real place for me. I loved God always. I saw an angel sit on the cloud when I was young, about 7 or 8 years old. And I remember it like it was yesterday. I literally looked up and I said,
That's a person.
is that? I literally,
Is it? Oh, yeah.
and it was just still there. And then, but the cloud was moving, but there was like a person on the cloud. So I'm like,
No.
so my grandma was about to walk me to school. And I said, Grandma, look. And Grandma looks. And there was nothing there when I looked back. And I said, I swear there was an angel right there. And my grandma said, well, baby, maybe you've been blessed by an angel. I said, okay.
Wow.
Okay, Grandma.
But that, because I had that experience and then had the experience of being told in church, like, you can't be gay, you're going to go to hell, you can't do this, can't do that, can't do this. You know, because the angel thing always stood out. Wow. It was like, no matter what these people say to me, I still think that there is some truth in this. There's something that resonates with my spirit. So as I was able to make my own decisions, like mostly when I got to college, I went to a couple Bible studies and I had a breakdown both times that I went, the first couple times. And then I was like, why do you keep crying so much? But I'm like, it's because I had disconnected from God. It was like I started living my life more than I ever had when I got to college, but I wasn't going to church. It was the first time in my life I wasn't going to church all the time. I wasn't like, I didn't have a regular practice, but it was like, I needed that. I needed to have something to fall back on because I know that there's so much deeper shit than this reality. I could just feel it. I always knew that, you know? So I just went back to, okay, if I saw an angel, that must mean I got some kind of connection. So I used to like read people's auras and stuff because I started seeing like stuff like around people and or like channeling it. And then after that, I got into tarot, and based on somebody gave me a deck, and then I didn't want to use the deck because I thought it was demon work. But
Me as hell.
I came across a tarot reading on YouTube, and then I was like, let me watch this. And then it was like a pick a card, and whatever one I picked, it was like the realest thing I had ever heard at the time. So I was just like,
My life has
hey,
changed.
maybe there is something in this. So going down the tarot rabbit hole, I really had to strengthen, okay, what do you believe in? I definitely believe that there is a God. I believe that there are many gods.
Yes.
I believe that all those gods make up source energy, you know, and that source, you know, branches out in different ways to attract different people and make them understand things so that they can understand things, you know. Because I do think that we all have some sort of connection to our spiritual selves, but it's just a matter of how deeply entrenched are we in this 3D reality. So that some people literally cut themselves off from the spiritual world. I knew that I didn't want to live like that, so I just learn more and more as I go. There's certain gods and goddesses and deities that I really enjoy, such as Lord Ganesh.
Yes.
I really
Yes.
enjoy Lady Isis.
That's crazy.
Literally, there's a lot.
amazing.
Gaia, like
Oh,
that energy.
That's my
of Mother
cousin's
Earth
patrons.
come
Love
through. But there's just certain things. As soon as I heard the name, I was like, I'm connected to this somehow. And then I like got a deck that reflected one of those people, and that's how I learned more about them, and I learned more about how to dive into tarot or whatever spiritual thing I'm doing. So
How old were you when that happened?
this is all recent, probably in the last like 8 years.
wow.
Well, I started tarot when I was 23, 24.
Oh, wow.
So not that long, 6-7 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
I know, right? The rabbit hole of
I-
Queen.
Yeah. No,
I like that though
it's-
because you stayed authentic to yourself, like despite what everything was saying in your original
Yeah.
religion.
Yeah.
So that's beautiful.
Because it really was about me understanding, like, okay, if there was a God, why would he put me on this earth to suffer when there are so many things that I know are me at my core? why would a God put me on this earth to have everybody strip me of those things? It did not make sense to me. So it was like, it doesn't make sense, because I also have to remember that people teach people, and some people don't do their own research.
That's very true.
So people learn things and then they don't unlearn things.
Okay.
And that was something I learned in middle school. I went to an African middle school, oddly. And one of my teachers used to always tell us, you know, you're going to learn a lot of things in your life, but be prepared to unlearn just as much and relearn again.
Ooh.
Because there's always
That's a
things that are
wise
changing.
teacher.
Yeah, he said there's always things that are changing, and there's always things that are not correct. So I'm like, I always kind of think about that, because I'm like, what am I learning right now, and what do I need to unlearn? Because there's always something.
That's a better
Yes.
question. What a good teacher.
beautiful.
I know,
That's
he was a
great.
really good teacher.
What did he
His name was
teach?
Baba Kweku. We had to call them Mama and Baba, like, for the traditional school. But his name was Baba Kweku, and he taught social studies.
It's always a social studies teacher.
He was very
It
radical,
is, it
very
is.
radical.
I love that.
And very
though.
cute, honey.
Oh,
Very cute.
I always remember the cute
no wonder
one.
you're listening.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, look.
I'm
You
dead.
sound real smart right
Honey.
now.
My favorite female teacher was named Mama Asada, and she was the first person who I knew who had dreads. And
Mama
they used to just
Asada.
like shake like this when she used to talk, and I used to love them so much. I'm like, I love her hair.
Yes, yes.
And I definitely think she was a lesbian. She just didn't tell us, because she was quite. She was quite on the spectrum of butch. Well,
Right,
I see, I see.
So I'm like, okay, girl, do you? But yeah, I had some interesting experiences growing up. Thank you for this reminiscing sesh.
Yeah.
That's
It's
what
a
I
good
wanted
thing
for you.
too.
You know
Yes,
what I
this
mean?
has been
Like,
very
I wanted to hear about your
healing.
journey.
Yes.
Aw, that is so awesome.
Being able to articulate a lot of these things definitely helps put my mind to the matter.
Yeah.
And make sure I'm not getting lost in my thoughts and thinking all these things, but not being able to express anything.
Yes.
Definitely clogs your.
It's very important
Spiritual
to
force.
definitely say out loud and what you're feeling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's how I feel. I'm like, if I don't say it out loud, then it doesn't really
It doesn't
exist.
exist.
Yeah.
We were just talking about it in our past couple of podcasts, like how our viewers and how we honestly get to like know each other, like know ourselves really honestly. And I said like, okay, well, honestly, I talk to myself a lot. Like I know that people might think that that's crazy or whatever. I don't think it's that crazy.
It's not that
Like
crazy.
people have to talk to, like, the more that you say things out loud, the more that you actually are processing your thoughts, you know,
I agree.
and the more that you can actually hear how fucking crazy you actually sound. So so stop being so toxic. Talk to
literally.
yourself.
It's so true. I think that's why I started writing too, because I always had this kind of like loud inner voice.
Same,
So I'm
girl,
like,
same.
I need to get some of these thoughts out. So that's why I started writing a lot. But I love saying, like, I randomly say things to myself all the time, and then I like look around like, did anybody hear that?
I don't care.
I
I
know.
don't care if they do.
When I was working at Kona Girl, I would talk to myself, and I remember this one girl was, I forgot who it was, what her name was. Oh, I don't have to say it right. I'll give you all the cheese man real quick.
Please
About
don't.
to, put her all the way on.
I know. This one girl like looked at me like, and I was just like, what? I walked away with my drinks, period. Don't
Okay.
talk to me. Sorry about
Nothing needs to be
that.
said.
My bad.
I have to talk to myself to give myself like a pep talk, especially in the service industry. I was like, girl, it's okay that these motherfuckers are testing you today, okay? This is just another day.
Literally, literally.
It's just a part of the journey.
Yes.
Here
My
we
favorite
go.
thing is a good grunt or a good, you know, one of those like guttural things. Because especially
Come on,
as
throat
an
chakra.
Aries, I get real upset sometimes. So whenever I feel that building up and I can't let it go, I just go to myself. I'll be like, get it out. And then I just let it out like a real just.
Yes,
Damn
girl,
it.
you have to. You
Angry
have to.
bitch.
And then especially if I'm sad too, I'll go look in the mirror and I'll look at myself and then I'll start telling myself, you okay? You're going to get through this. You know, and it's kind of like a pep talk to myself. you know.
Beautiful.
That is so cool. That's good. That's good. That's amazing. Because I'm the same.
And then I always end up laughing at the mirror. That's why I do it too. Because
Yeah.
it's like once I'm like looking at myself like, bitch, why are you talking to me?
That's literally me last night. Like I was like laughing at myself at the end of it because I was like I was crying low key, but like high key, and I was like laughing at the end of it because it's just like, oh, I made myself cry, and now I'm
Right,
laughing
yeah.
at it. Like,
You're like, dang, I really sound crazy right now.
yeah, like if anybody saw me right now, like if my grandma walked in on me right now,
Girl.
I'd be
No,
dead.
Is that
thank
Selena?
you.
That is Selena's.
Come on, Selena.
Yes, Selena's bitty bitty bad
But not
bitch.
as titties. The real one.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, not J Lo.
J Lo.
She was literally a fashion icon.
She was.
know.
Like if Aaliyah was like Mexican,
God bless
she
her.
would be
Wow.
Selena.
My
Literally.
goodness.
Aaliyah.
Like their
Queen of the
styles-
Damn.
Their styles were so like oddly similar. Hers just had more of a Latin flair.
She
and
was an
Aaliyah's
Aries
had
too.
more
Did
of
you
a-
know that?
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
She's so fresh, so beautiful.
That's why she got killed. You gotta be careful out here if you're
That's what I'm
Aries.
saying. People always be trying to take advantage of that good feminine energy. You know what I'm
Literally.
saying? That pure.
Another feminine energy took her out too.
Okay, look.
Yolanda.
Jealousy.
She's still in jail.
Yolanda.
I didn't realize she had so many people in the band.
You got it. You got
Oh, it was a
it.
12-piece band.
Yeah,
She was with
ma'am.
somebody from her band
Where's
too.
her man at?
Chris.
He has a, you know, he was at Kona Grill.
Huh?
Yeah, I met him.
You met him?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
crazy,
girl,
right?
Why are you?
He still looks exactly the same but older, which is so funny. I'm like, damn, this whole years and he still look the same.
They would have been such a
Icon.
beautiful-
Power
Iconic.
couple.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love it. Couples turn me on. I just love couples.
Yeah.
Not like that, but like like being on a little raunchy. What I mean is that like since I was young, I used to dream about getting married. I always had this fantasy of like having a partner, like to go through life with, and be
Yes.
like adding to each other's fire. You know? I've always
Yes,
imagined
growing
that.
together.
So it kind of has always hurt my heart that I have not had my other piece that fits. But at the same time, it's like obviously everything good is worth waiting for. And
Exactly.
If I had ended up with any of the ones before, oh honey.
No, girl.
So-
they were standard makers. You know what I'm
Period.
saying? Yeah, yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
that's a good one.
Learning,
Standard maker.
Yeah.
I'm
You
dead.
set my standard a little bit higher because
Okay.
you're down here. Thank you so much.
Honestly, standards were pretty low before this couple years. Not gonna lie, myself personally.
Yeah.
Angel standards are still low. I even wrote myself a note inside of our and they were roommates live podcast. I'm outing him and I'm
Oh,
outing
you bitch.
myself. But this man's standards are low. So if y'all want to hit him up, hit him up.
Oh
no, I'm
my
just kidding.
I got a man. Don't talk to me. Stop. Don't.
Just like me, I got married too. Don't tell nobody.
Yeah.
Don't tell nobody,
One
please.
dude.
I'm dead.
I got a man. I got a
But
ring on
yeah,
my
I
finger.
can't wait. I think it's close though.
You
I
think
always
it's
said I
coming?
would get married by the time I'm 35. I said I would either have a baby or get married by the time I'm 35. So
Period, girl.
We'll
we
see
gonna
which
stick
one
with
comes
it.
first.
I
Yes.
gotta get married
Yeah.
before I have a baby, so it better happen that way.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
What's your like
I
ideal
don't wanna get
partner?
have a baby out of wedlock. But anyways,
I can't be a single mother.
what do you take me for? I would never.
It's hard out here.
I saw what my mother had to go through. I would never do it alone.
Never.
What's your ideal
But
partner?
My ideal partner. Somebody
Let
was
him
making
know.
fun of-
Let him
Somebody
know.
was just making fun of my type, so I'm laughing at that. But I do have a type. I finally figured it out.
Ooh.
Finally.
I do like someone, okay, physically, I like someone who's bigger than me.
Okay.
And this could be a lot of different things because I'm kind of skinny.
Mm.
So I like somebody who's a little thick because I like to feel protected physically.
Ooh, okay.
Or like I can cuddle up to something.
Yes.
I also like someone who's a little bit taller than me because I like to look up.
I like to look up.
And I wear heels a lot and I don't like looking down. 'Cause this is also not a
You're
flattering
tall as
angle
hell,
for
though.
me, Yeah. In heels, I'm like 6'2", 6'3".
Oh, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. I feel like that's
You can find a man out there 6'7".
Yeah.
7
They can
foot.
be 6 foot. They don't have to be like taller than me, but at least we're able to make eye contact.
Okay.
And no shade to the Latinos out there, especially in Texas, but it wasn't until I moved to Texas that I realized there were so many fine boys who were just so short.
Yeah.
And that was
Yes.
kind of something
They have
that I
beautiful
realized-
faces.
I
do,
know.
I
It's
know.
kind of odd for me, and especially it's odd even sexually because I'm long. And it makes things very hard. It really does. When somebody's like half your height,
Yeah.
it's like I gotta be a pretzel in order to make it work.
Yeah.
And my bones is not as flexible as they used to be. So, anyways.
I could see how that
Money
you're
be
looking for
clicking.
convenience for the bedroom.
Right.
Okay.
Like you really have to think about these things. Now that I'm at this age, I'm like I can't afford to get in a heavy relationship with a short person because I know it is not gonna
It's
work.
not gonna work
The older
out.
I get, I'm gonna be like. You know, it's too
What's up,
much.
baby?
Stop. Oh, dude. It's just too much.
But other than that, physically, I like somebody who has like a cute face.
Obviously.
And a lot of people, it's different for everybody. But I just like somebody who looks like when I look at them, oh, you're so cute. Like I want to say that.
Oh, we love that.
I also like people who have like good physiques. As in, like, you can tell that they either dance or they do something physical, because I'm a very physical person and I like to like wrestle and stuff.
Ooh, okay.
If you can't fight me and win, then I don't want you.
Yeah. You're gonna bottom slam
beat
me,
me in
girl.
hand-to-hand combat.
So I do want somebody that's able to like tussle and has like good vitality, because I'm a goer. I like to do things. So on that note, I like adventure. I like people that want to go places and who want to see things. I like people who want to experience the world. I like to travel. So, and then personality wise, I like someone funny, someone and I shouldn't say funny, because everybody think they funny these days. I like someone witty, someone who has intelligence, and because of that intellectual capacity, they can also make very good jokes. That turns me on. I'm a sapiosexual. I love me some smart men. If you can impress me with your brain, honey, you got my intrigue. You might get some brain for some brain. Imagine.
Hey!
Put that
Go
on a
on,
t-shirt.
girl. Yes, ma'am.
We'll put that on a t-shirt.
Don't take it back.
But I love like banter with men. That's why I keep thinking about my friend, because he always talks about how he knows when I like a guy because I'll argue with him. And I'm like, honestly, it's a toxic trait.
That's
but
such
it's
an Aries energy.
It's such Aries energy. It's like,
That's
I love
how
a
Merlin
debate.
is.
I love
Yeah.
it. Like, don't show the toe with me. Let's go. You know, it really turns me on.
Let's see who wins.
Okay.
It really
But,
turns me on.
yeah.
Every time we fight and he says something too far, I was like, looks like I won.
But I love that energy.
I like it
love
too.
it.
Like as another fire sign, I really like the.
It's about the confidence of it.
It's
like-
confidence. It's like my feelings aren't actually hurt.
Right,
Like,
right.
Let's see who gets our feelings hurt first.
Right. No, that's dangerous.
Stop.
But
I'm a
yeah,
monster.
I definitely,
I'm a monster.
honey, definitely do want a man like that though. I
What's
I
like a
that.
sign wise? Like, what do you think?
I do enjoy myself a good Libra. I enjoy the air signs. I feel like out of all of them, I do enjoy the air signs. I attract the most Aquariuses. Most men I've dated are
I do like Aquarius.
But I think that it's just the idea of somebody who goes with the flow, but who also has like certain things that they don't compromise on. Air signs are good at that.
Yeah.
And like, cause I like chaos, but I also need like a grounding center. So when I date fire signs, it does get hot and heavy, and it's usually a very sexual attraction. Physical stuff is there, but it's not always the emotional capacity, and it's not always the patience.
I see.
And I am the type of person that needs a little patience, because sometimes I'm impulsive, and I'm not sometimes. I'm very impulsive, and I'm very like off the cuff with my mouth too. So I need somebody who has a little bit of patience to know, like, I don't need to take it there with you because I know how you act.
Oh, yes.
And I feel
Literally
like,
me
again,
with
air signs
Merlin.
are really good at that. I guess there's some earth signs, because I get along with Tauruses.
I was gonna say Earth sign maybe.
Yeah.
Like
I just feel like earth signs in general are just a little too rigid with certain things. That's why I'm like,
I
air signs
agree.
are the good middle ground.
okay,
I don't mess with too many waters, so
they're too emotional.
Yeah,
Honey.
you're right. I feel like air signs are a lot of chaos, honestly.
but I like that.
Yeah. That's okay, girl.
Okay,
yes. That's what I'm saying.
I feel like the most chaotic air sign is a Gemini, though.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yes.
I love having Gemini
think all of
friends.
us
I
know.
can't date a Gemini.
Yeah, I've tried to date Geminis before and it just don't work out
Honey,
like that. Like it
they're a
doesn't
little,
work out.
They're a little crazy.
God
They're a
bless
little
them.
too crazy.
I like encouraging them.
Right.
Yeah, right.
To follow their whims.
yeah, yeah, do it, bitch.
Right. Do it.
They're like pixies. They're like little fairies. They're like,
Yes.
We just went through a new moon in Gemini right now, so that's probably
Oh,
why
yeah.
we're all like fucking on one,
And talkative. Yeah.
talkative for sure.
Honey.
feel it.
Let's
Yes.
see. Are there any
Yes.
other questions we have for him?
Not that I can think of off the top
I
of
don't
my
want to take too much
head.
of your time up.
Yeah. Thank you.
This is a lovely setting.
Yeah.
The decor and the atmosphere is everything.
Tell them, let them know that we're
This-
fucking working.
Fiji water.
This
is
Fiji
delicious.
Not at the Easter cup.
The
Hey, it
attention to
says,
all holidays
Oh,
matter.
happy
I love it.
day. It's a color changing cup. Yes.
Aw.
I think I want to give you like a little bit of a card reading, like an energy reading before you
Please.
go. I think that'll be cute because I got my cards right here.
Yes. Period.
I'm really
Do
connected
we?
to Kate has been reaching out to me,
Oh,
and I'm
wow.
scared of her, low key. What do you think about that? Like, when you feel like there's like an energy out there that's keeps on making their presence known.
I would research it first.
Right.
Because like Google search it and then YouTube search it. Because what I like to do is read on things a little bit, and then I'll go on YouTube and find someone talking about it. And if I can connect with, because I'm such a like an auditory person, and then like that, like I sometimes like, and I'm clear cognizant. So when I hear something, I can tell if this is truth. This is what I should be following.
You resonate with
Yeah.
it.
So I think you should do something like that.
Gotcha.
Because if it's something that's being made known to you,
She's popped up several times, and I'm like, "What are you, bitch?
Right.
Like,
then
can you
it's
let me live?"
Definitely something you should pay attention to, regardless. So,
yeah. And it was even saying like, because I did like a little reading about it, and she was basically saying like, if you keep on ignoring me, I'm just gonna get more and more loud, and I'm scared. Like, what the? I'm
how
like, what do you mean?
It could be because it's something urgent, but it's also like I don't trust spirits that do too much knocking on the door.
Exactly.
So
Take
Take
that.
that
Well,
one
all
as
right.
you will. Yeah.
It's hard because I also don't want to get into that. Like, I'm very protective over my spirituality.
Right.
I like draw a lot of power from like Saint Michael and that type of like protective energy. Like, I
Yes.
have a bubble, and it's like I don't want anything to touch me. I don't want to see anything. I don't want to feel any kind of way. Like,
Yes.
this whole house has been blessed several times.
I love
rainbow
Archangel Michael and Chamuel and Uriel.
Uriel, period. Come on through.
Wow.
Let's see. Let's get energy. So I do an energy reading. I like to get like your mental state, and then your physicality, and then your emotional state, and then your passions.
Okay.
And those are the 4 things that I build upon.
Okay.
So let's see.
Period.
I never done a card reading on live before.
Well, here we go. You heard it first.
Yeah, heard it first.
Let's see.
I love that.
Give me for his mentality, please. The Foo.
Period.
I love that card. The
Boom.
Foo.
Yes.
Damn, you're just having a good time, huh? Mentally, like you're just like
Now.
No.
Now you're on that one. Let's see. Your physicality, though. I know you're having some health issues, right?
Yeah.
How's that going?
Better.
Better?
Actually, yeah.
You're doing like eating better. Like what are you doing?
I've been trying. Mainly, my thing with eating is just trying to gain weight. But I had like a chest thing because I had a, what do you call it?
Like a heart murmur?
No, what's it called? Oh my god, it's on the tip of my tongue. A nodule. I had a nodule
yes.
on my lung,
Oh,
but it was only the size of like not even an inch. So they were like, let's monitor it for a month and see if it goes down, and it's been going down.
Okay,
so
good.
perfect.
Was
They
it like a stress
re-diagnosed me with
thing?
asthma. So I did have asthma growing up, but I like grew out of it. But now it's like back because my allergies in San Antonio.
It's the
That's another reason why I'm
worst.
moving, because it's like sometimes there's certain days where I literally can't breathe.
You can see the dust.
Yes.
Like if you look into the
Yes.
distant, you can
Yes.
see the dust.
Yes, girl.
It's crazy. We just live in a bowl,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
So
I also have asthma. It's
Yeah,
not
girl,
it, girl.
This is not the right place for people who have anything with their lungs.
No.
I know.
Ooh, the Knight of Pentacles.
Ooh, we'll come through.
So that's for your physicality. So you're on one. Come on, making a journey. We're going on an
Yes.
adventure. We're gonna do good.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice. Let's see. Emotions. 5 of Rods. Are you partying? You like it down for anything or what?
No.
No.
Don't be telling these people that. No,
That's what it's saying. That's so funny because I was reading her cards and it was telling me the lovers came up and then she was all like, "Nuh-uh," and I'm all like, "Okay, whatever."
Okay.
you
I was
say."
like, I'm not loving nobody. So sorry.
What do you think that is? Like, where would you interpret
I
that
mean,
as?
the lovers can come up if there's like a big like decision to be made too, like if it's a choice, or if it could be like lovers reminds me of passion, so it could be like a passion of love, like something that you're doing that you need to focus on, some passion that you need to focus on,
Period.
or something that you don't need to focus on, because the lovers gives you that, you know, the dichotomy, because it always shows
Right.
these 2 people. So
That's
Gotcha.
true.
So maybe the emotional state. Do you feel like chaotic or anything like that? Like,
the lovers will make you feel just either overwhelmed passionately in either way, like overwhelmed in the sense like I really want to do this, I'm gonna make it happen, I'm gonna do that, or
Right.
overwhelmed in the sense that it's like debilitating, or you know, like
Yes,
I
I'm
can't do
okay,
it.
yeah.
There's no way I can achieve this. So I feel like it's dramatic because it's a major arcana card.
Yeah.
But it's something that would go either way. You would know which direction.
Right.
You're right. I'm feeling very positive though. I feel very good.
You said you were like you just set the goal about coding and
Yes,
stuff. So,
yeah. I feel great about it, honestly.
Period.
And like
You
I
should be
feel like I'm
focusing
getting
on that.
yeah.
And you smart, girl, because that ain't easy.
Thank you.
It's not.
Oh my god, that's fucking hard.
Most of her class failed their first exam, and she got a 95. Period.
Period.
Were you the reason why?
Humble
there was,
bragging
like, a
on my
curve?
friend.
You know?
Literally.
We used to get mad at people in college who used to get a high score and everybody used to get a low score, and they're like,
Literally, yeah. They were all
Damn
like,
it.
they were kind of bagging on me. Honestly, I was like, why are you mad at me?
you should be asking for lessons.
Yeah, you should be down on your
I'll
knees.
teach you. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
I don't even need to be paid. I'll help you out, girl.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Your spirits are loud.
You're like,
Always.
The passion. What's the passion looking like? 7 of rods. Okay, protective.
good.
Defensive.
Wait, what is this one right here? Oh,
So it came out with when we're doing your emotions, and it's the Queen of Cups. So I'm all like, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
I don't know what all this chaos is here, but you're gonna handle it either way.
Yes.
So if
since
you
I got a lot of people in
On
my
in-
vicinity.
Yeah, I was literally gonna say.
I was about
It's
to say
true.
exactly.
No,
that.
when you said I'm down for anything, that was funny. But but I do feel like for a while my energy was being reserved for a specific person. So there has been this, and that was part of my tower moment where I realized I needed to open my energy again. So I did start entertaining different things again. And I know that it's working because, like I said, with the grinder dude showing up at my door today, that is the most random thing that could have happened. And then me having the instinct to delete grinder and these kind of things, it's because I did open my energy up and I can feel stuff coming towards me.
That's crazy.
So, especially with the Queen of Cups coming out under that.
I
that
think
makes
you
a
can
lot of
handle it
sense.
though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's definitely like something you can manage. Like you don't have your energy like out of whack or anything. You know, like
Exciting.
I think that's a good thing. It sounds like fun, honestly.
Yeah.
We starting a lot of new things with the Fool too. So.
Yes,
know.
ma'am.
The food.
And he's an Aries.
The beginning.
Is he?
Oh.
Yeah, the
That's
full
cool.
card is an Aries.
I didn't know that. That's
That makes
crazy.
sense.
I had the full card at the
Come on,
end.
that makes sense.
I love that. I had the
Love
death
it.
card and then the full card right next to them. And so they were like staring at each other and I was just like, damn,
Wow.
that's both of me.
Period. Death in the Fool is powerful, honey.
Your passions, you're very like protective over them and you're trying to like cultivate something obviously with that. So it's something that you're holding very close to yourself.
Yeah.
I love that. So I see that card and I'm all like, yeah, protect it. Protect it.
Yes.
And then at the bottom of the deck was the 2 of Pentacles. So we're juggling a lot.
Oh,
Honey.
yes.
It is that state, honey. But yes, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, energy reading. Come on.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Not you.
Oh.
The spirit.
Not
Shit.
you.
Yeah.
Not you
The
specifically.
vessel.
The vessel, yeah. Ew.
I'm dead. Well, thank you so much, King, for coming.
Yes,
You know,
thank
it was
you.
beautiful. I love hearing you talk.
Yes.
Like
It
I
was
can
an
hear you
honor.
talk.
I love conversing with y'all.
Aw.
Lovely.
Why are you like this?
Sorry. I like compliments.
Yes, what kind of pearls or what kind of pearls? What kind of
Same, yeah.
Come on, pearls.
Because
Oh, I was like,
thinking
what are you
balls,
talking
these are
about?
Like pearls. Yeah, what kind of crystals are these?
This is
Rose
rose
quartz?
quartz and this is Amazonite.
Oh, period. I thought it was jade or something, but Amazonite, yes.
It does look like jade. It does.
What are the properties of Amazonite?
For me, I mostly think about it like relief. Rose quartz more for my healing era.
Literally.
Yeah.
We should have another podcast with you as our guest about healing journeys and how to do so.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Later
I
on.
would love that.
Love
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yes.
But thank you for coming today.
My pleasure. It's been wonderful.
Yes.
Thank you,
Big
audience,
round
for
of
having me,
applause.
or whoever might see this.
Yes. Whatever.
Do you have any plugs or anything? Like,
Just follow me, The Queen Fantasia, on all platforms again. Please keep up with me. Come to my shows because I've heard that I'm a good performer.
Yes.
And I strive to bring something new and different and fresh every time I step on the stage, so you wouldn't be disappointed.
Yes, you will never.
you're so articulate. I love that. I
Oh,
strive.
yes.
I strive.
Oh goodness.
What about
thoughts
you,
are just
Audrey?
So good.
Any last notes?
No, yeah, just follow me, First Generation, Instagram, and keep an eye out for my vlogs and the gaming stream on Wednesdays.
Is the gaming stream on YouTube or Twitch?
Twitch.
Oh, period.
Yes.
All the gamers are on Twitch.
I think we're probably just gonna move over to Twitch and just upload on YouTube, but we haven't decided yet. We gotta have a conversation and see weigh out the cons and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
But
And then you, sir?
oh yeah, also me. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. My name's Angel again. What else? You can follow me on Avocado Papi. I post a lot. Like every week I post. Like.
Oh, y'all should have sent me this link. I totally forgot to share it.
Oh, you're good.
For some reason, I didn't think it was like live.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, I feel that.
I know. I need to work on the communication, honestly.
Okay, but it was live.
Same.
My
Okay,
bad.
good.
Yeah. Okay, good.
So we keeping everything.
Yes, everything's gonna stay. So we can't cut out. Okay, just check.
I'm glad I chose some words wisely.
Literally. Thank y'all so much again. Leave a like and subscribe to us.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much, King.